should be going then.
All right. Welcome, one and all, to the first of a new story that I will be imparting upon all of you tonight. Oathbound Roads, a 5e dark fantasy campaign I've been working on for a while, and these nerds have for some reason agreed to take part in. So, let's get started.
Yeah. Oh.
You all awaken in a cart that's moving.
No.
No. You
And
fucker.
Coward!
You.
Look, it's a tradition at this point. I've actually started almost every single one of my games with a Skyrim joke, so I had to do it.
That's true. That's true. Like, you Corinne, I was there for that one.
Okay. Sorry about that all. I promise you our super serious campaign begins now. We come to Vagrun, a world scarred and divided, a broken home for broken people, great and small. Here the gods sleep, awaiting a new age of glory, and in the darkness of their absence, fell, horrible things scrape about under the light of 3 baleful moons. Here, despair is an old friend, not one most considered good company. It drunkenly stumbles about with the malcontents of deceit, violence, and their terrible master, cruelty. Many stories end with these ruffians knocking on the door in the dead of night, teeth bared like the gutless wolves they are, as they drag you away to a terrible end. But cruelty is not the master of this land, and in spite of its dominion, it can, no, must be defied. And it is in the spirit of this defiance that our story begins. We find ourselves on the continent of Rudaur, the year 2332 of the Age of Morn. Our stage, Fairy Brunna, a humble mountain valley of great beauty and history, where an unexpected winter finds our not quite noble yet heroes. So, let's change maps over, shall we?
Yeah.
Give everybody a looky see.
All right. There we go. That's playing. We're good. All right. Ibrahim lies far to the north, a small, relatively unassuming country home to only one real thing of consequence, Hallowhall College. A place where nobles send their children, as well as just children of exceptional talent at times, to learn the arts of wizardry or how to master their own inborn magical skills, though those are quite rare. Not far out from Ibrahim lies the town of Balbarrow. A logging town of not much consequence either, even less so. It's one of the only pit stop in and out of the mountain pass. And we begin with let's start with Raven. Describe your character as you and what they are doing as the sun begins to crest over the mountains.
Well, they'll be dressed in not a little decent leather armor, not like amazing, but it's good for traveling. Could probably take a hit or two, but it's may not save your life from anything huge. Wearing a hood drawn pretty close over the face, so it's hard to get any real look at the face unless they look up at you, which they're not very tall. So it's rarely going to happen unless you get their attention. You can occasionally see white hair drifting out from, uh, it threw me off for a minute, sorry.
All right.
Occasionally you see white hair, drifting out from under the hood, but it's fairly cut short. And if they ever do look up, you see gray, dead eyes. No iris, no pupil, just solid gray, dead, lifeless. Though the person does not seem, well, undead, she seems fairly active. Though there's a spider web of electrical scarring going out from her eye sockets across most of her face, which is unnerving as hell for the vast majority of people to look at. So she keeps the hood low.
All right.
And as for what she'd be doing, she'd just be psyching herself up, trying to getting ready for her first quote unquote big mission she's had in a good while. And she's, unless she's in town, she's probably flanked by two, well, slightly abnormally large ravens, though one tends to fly off on occasion.
Right. Now, you awaken inside of pretty much the only thing close to an inn in this little logging town, which is the elder's home, which kind of also doubles as a tavern and an inn at the same time if need be. People don't pass through here super often. But you can hear the faint sounds of familiar cawing outside. You know that they've been waiting for you out there. Now,
Yeah.
also, I don't believe you shared your name.
Oh, sorry. This is Hildegard.
Hildegard. Wonderful. All right. So, we also come to... You came into the valley with pretty standard... It's kind of known as a training wheel job that's easy money if need be, usually pretty low risk. Merchants have to come in and out of the college every so often. There's only one road in and out through a mountain pass. You came with two other individuals, the actual merchant in question, and Sarah, why don't you describe your character and what they're doing at this moment?
We're at the inn, right?
Yep, if you can call it that.
Yeah. They're probably seated at a table, possibly with Hildegard. Just relaxing. They have a long-stemmed ivory pipe, very fancy-looking, almost as fancy looking as their outfit. They obviously seem to take pride in their appearance. Middle-aged man, carefully trimmed goatee. Would seem just like maybe another merchant or something, if not for the brilliant blue tattoos that seem to cross his face and his cheeks, and occasionally, if you see like glimpses of his forearms or in his hands, it just seems to have various tattoos that match the same color as his irises, rather unnatural icy blue. And he just relaxing, puffing contentedly at his pipe and maybe flipping, like shuffling a deck of cards just out of boredom as he does. And Hildegard would know him as Vask, a mercenary adventurer.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Hildegard, you were just waking up, coming out of the little common room that you were provided. You find Vask already out there. The other member of the group is not present at the moment. In fact, it's actually pretty sparse inside of this area. You can just see someone kind of walking around, a younger human woman, hair tied back in a little net, just pretty simple peasant clothes, but a strength to her. Everyone here, you gathered pretty quickly, probably does woodwork for a living. It is a logging town. as she prepares to go and open the windows. What do you do?
Well, uh, after she woke up, the first thing she did was put her hood on so she doesn't freak people out.
Mhm.
Keeps the kind of low, and she's going to scoot over to the table and try and be personable with Vask. She's probably tried this once or twice before, probably failed it horribly and nervously. Just kind of scoot up to the table, just a little wave. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Sleep well?
Oh, yes.
Is that odd?
No. No, everything's fine. How about you? Did you sleep well?
A lot easier to sleep in these little towns than back in the big cities. So, yes. And easier to sleep when you're not on a wagon clacketing down the road.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Zeb yet this morning, though.
Oh, they haven't been down?
Oh, the Yorok fella? The woman over the counter says, "No, he went out a few minutes ago. Seemed in a bit of a hurry, though I can't see why. Oh, hold on." She goes over to a shuttered window and briefly pulls things aside, and you are immediately greeted, those of you with keen eyes, with the very unexpected sensation of snow blindness, as there is a surprising amount of snow banked up right outside the window. Oh. Just you faintly hear from outside, just, God damn it!
Do
The
you
familiar
recognize that?
voice of, yep.
I assume the wagon is snowed in.
That sounds like a possibility. That Hildegard is going to kind of tilt her head a little bit and shift her vision to one of the ravens who are probably sitting outside, because two birds inside is a bit much.
Yep.
And she's going to shift her eyes to Raug, who's probably very interested in the cart and all the bits and bobs on it, and try and see see through him.
Right. So in a twitch of the head, your vision shifts, and immediately you realize that the snow blindness is a lot worse outside. Laug is just sitting up on the perch, up on the roof, just gazing about, kind of nestled himself into the thatch overnight. You just sense this immense amount of just discontent.
Just
very
again,
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry about that.
No,
No, you're
nothing.
fine.
She was just
me.
going to try and coax his mind, and was like, "Hi, Laug, Laug. Hi, I need you to look towards the cart, please."
Just hear these horrible little croaks. This fluff of feathers, this raven gets up and just starts hopping along very disdainfully. Fine, but only because you told me to, kind of manner.
I'll save you some breakfast.
It looks over and you see this fellow, though from an above angle. Gonna put him in chat for everyone to see. As soon as it loads. There we go. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
Do it.
Ah,
Ooh, it's a big boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Pushing close to 7 feet, as most Yorok are. Anyone who's been around them knows that well, that their physically imposing stature is the first thing most notice. Dark fur that... Let me post him from another angle, too, since there's some stuff you'll miss from this side. With large, forward-facing horns, a couple of very old and very unpolished-looking axes at the side. Wearing heavy clothes, huffing around, clearing out snow from around the base of the cart, because in spite of the time of year, there's a better part of 1.5 feet of snow on the ground, and it looks like, with judging by the clouds overhead, it might be coming back pretty soon.
Oh, is this unseasonal? What time of year is this?
It is autumn. Technically, winter, the seasons in this region are pretty predictable most of the time. This is a big snowfall for this early. It's normally another month before you start seeing stuff like this.
Kind of look to the barmaiden who was talking to us.
Mhm.
Go, is this kind of snowfall common? We had another
No,
month or two.
well, yes, that. We always get snowed in the winter. Closed off for a couple months until the thaws come. But this is a little early. This is a little worrying. Looking outside, this is gonna slow down things quite a bit. We usually expect a couple more shipments in before now, before this happens.
Can I, since being a spellcaster, can I tell if this is an unnatural one or? Is
I
this...
mean, there's not really much way to know. It just looks like heavy, unexpected early snow.
Okay.
You just Hildegard through Laug's eyes. You can see Zeb with his axes managing to clear out a little bit of a pathway and kind of coaxing his cart is pulled by a much larger specimen of cattle, an auroch.
Oh, big.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a big cart, actually. It's designed to carry a lot of cargo and freight all at once. Just pats the creature on the flank, takes a couple of blankets off of it. You can just get this. You don't need to roll a single thing to really see that there's an immense amount of frustration on his face. Ears are kind of pointed low, huffing out a lot of steam. Starts trudging towards the entryway to the Elder's home. Swings the door open and just kind of slightly ducks underneath to make sure his horns don't hit the frame. Great. Just walks over, hooves, making pretty noticeable sounds on the wooden floors, tracking in a little bit of snow off his shoulders. Some strong for the road. It's going to cut travel time in half.
Not so good morning, Mr. Zeb?
Goddamn pass snowed over overnight.
Ah,
Ain't no way that's thawing out for another month or two at least. It's not supposed to come this early. We'll be alright. It's just, don't like being caged in this valley. Unless you got wings, there's only really one way out. Wings are a death wish.
in a blizzard, I think so. Or snowstorm, or...
Not quite that heavy, just came down fast and hard. It looks like from the clouds more's coming. Early winter. Great. Well, I about got everything ready if y'all want to head on. We're going to be going a little slower than before, but we should still hit the college a little afternoon.
I'm ready when you are.
Yeah. It's I'm quite ready to go. It's like she's awkward. Hildegard is awkward around Vask, but she is nervous around Seb. It's not a huge difference, but there's a difference.
Noted. Y'all two are magic folk, yeah? Can tell by the fact that you're not really carrying much in the way of arms.
Yes.
Yes.
Anything that could help clear out some snowbanks? Might be a little hard getting out of town. Once we get on the road, it should be a little easier.
And Vasco's perhaps. Normally this works better with, water that hasn't been frozen yet. And he'll try to use shape water to kind of clear it out like a slow snowplow.
All right.
Or snow shovel.
5-foot cube, okay. Just reading up on the spell. Yeah, it's taking a little more effort than you expected. Yeah, it says you can freeze the water, so by that very extension, that means you technically could work with it in that sense. I'll allow that. It takes a little effort, but you are able to move some of the snowplows along the way, but you start to work up a sweat in the process. With the current air temperature and the slight breeze coming in, that's actually not the worst thing.
And I think just as like it was either this or using a earthen grasp as like a giant plow.
Maybe not that overt a display. We don't want to disturb the road.
Yeah.
I'd still
This way I can
appreciate
just-
it. That saves me about an hour of work. All right,
Yes.
hop on. Let's get going.
And just for the hell of it, like they'll just briefly just like making sure no one's looking and make a tiny little snowman real quick out of it.
Aw. Oh, that's cute. Are you gonna do that stealthily?
Not too stealthily. It's like it's not gonna hide it, but just like make sure no one's watching. Okay, there it is.
All right, cool. Yeah, people are pretty busy. Most of the very burly, somewhat musky lumber folk around here are rapidly running about, clearing snow off of the thatch roofs, making sure their stores are good, making sure they've got checking where they keep their salted meats and the like. There's a air of, oh shit, caught off guard and trying to get everything as ready as they can, even if it's a little bit caught with their pants down kind of environment. Speaking of burly, musky folk, Nora, describe
Yes.
yourself for us, please, as you awaken inside of one of the nearby homes.
Alrighty. Waking up, but did I get like the couch or a spare bed or?
You are on a
floor.
bedroll on the floor,
Okay.
for reasons I'll get to in a moment.
Alrighty. Waking up from her spot on the ground is a furbolg woman, very tall, but very, very lean. She has almost like pale blue skin, and very red hair on top of that. Scars going over one of her eyes and just below the other. And she's like grabbing her jacket. She's like shuffling that on, and you can see scars on her, the backs of her hands, which are also very well worn looking. She gets herself up off of the floor, gives a stretch, bumps into something, I'm sure.
There's a little side table with a little carving of a bear on it that almost topples over.
He winces, stops the bear.
You realize pretty quickly as your senses return to you that you are in Augment's home.
Oh. She looks around and... is this where I fell asleep?
Nope.
Oh,
It's kind of hazy.
Do I have all my stuff on me?
You do. Your stuff is all nearby. Anything awkward or unwieldy to sleep with is laying next to you, wrapped up in a little blanket.
How?
Augment has like 4 kids. He didn't want them playing with your claw.
Yeah. She does pick that up and like attach it to her wrist.
Mhm.
How in the world did I wind up here?
Oh, you're up, Nat. Good. You look over and see Augment's wife, Helene.
Helene. Oh.
She's pretty burly looking herself, but not quite as much as him. It's more so the strength to wrangle several small snotlings running around. You get the vibe this woman could suplex a boar, though, pretty easily looking at her.
Yeah, that's good.
Sorry, Augment wanted to wait for you, but on account of the weather.
The weather? Did something happen with the
Take
weather?
yeah, winter came early.
Fuck. And then she like winces and looks to see if there are any of the kids around.
They're all out helping Dad. They're helping gather things, seeing what wood's dry. You're welcome to stay with us if you need to, though I imagine you probably need to be getting back.
I do. I need to get back up to college.
All right, well, you're not leaving without a pot. And she hands you a little wrapped up. It's just a little wrapped up blanket and something. Just a little soup for the road. It's warm.
Nat smiles at her. Well, anything you'd like me to give Dogman if I see him on the way?
Just a slug on the shoulder and tell him not to work himself to death. Everyone here is capable of taking care of themselves, too.
I'll make sure to slug him extra hard for you.
You better.
Thank you.
All right.
Put a big hand on her shoulder, on her, like, Cat, what? Sorry, Cat came in and started screaming.
As they do.
She puts, like, a big hand on her shoulder and says, thank you.
It is now canon that Ogmund also has a giant Norwegian forest cat.
Yes! Does the cat like Nat, is the question.
I'm going to roll for that.
Scream.
Yeah.
That's a 4. It does not.
Sees the cat, narrows eyes at the cat.
This is a little growl that feels like it should not come out of something that small. It is a fluffy, wall-eyed little monstrosity that is the bane of rats the world over.
Nat shows her own teeth. Oh, you stay safe.
You too. I think there's a card heading out. Maybe you should try and catch it.
Oh, good. Thank you. She does. She rushes out.
All right. Stepping out at your height, which is a good head and shoulders over everyone else in this town. 2 over heads and shoulders over a lot of them, even.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to spot a merchant's cart, a pretty big one, heading away towards the college down the road you were going to take.
It's already on the move?
It is moving, just not very quickly. It can't move all that quickly.
Okay, like she comes out and she like gets like she's looking like she's about to start like running, but then she's like moving at a pretty slow pace.
Mm-hmm.
She untenses a little, rubs her hands together and pulls out a cigarette and lights it.
Very good.
And just
All right.
walks to catch up to the cart.
All right. The 2 of you and Zeb on the way begin proceeding down the familiar. You can faintly hear through the crunches and the snow parting and the like that add that onto that as well as we quiet down the town. You start to hear little bits of stone underneath on the aurochs' hooves, but you notice someone tailing you at a pretty decent pace, clearly coming right for you. A very tall furbolg. Even good head over Seb's height, even. Just, Oh, shit. Hold on.
Hey.
Hey. Wait a minute. You're one of those... You work down at the root cellar, yeah?
That I do.
You're gonna be late
saw
for
you
work.
headed away.
Yep, you're gonna be late for work. Better hop on.
That's exactly what I was coming to ask. Thank you.
Anything beats trudging through this shit.
Wasn't expecting it to start so early.
You and nobody else. Right, there is room for you in the back of the cart among some various crates and sacks.
Yeah. She'll climb in, shuffle things around so she can like get semi-comfortable, which is probably not easy with how tall she is.
Yep, you're kind of gonna have to cradle your knees a little bit. It's a big cart, but you are very tall.
Yes.
So, sitting down, the cart bows slightly and shakes for a moment as it goes. The 2 of you are treated to a bit of a vaulting experience.
She gets in her spot, and like, are those two in front of me?
Yep, they're sitting up towards the front.
She gives
Yeah,
them a
Vasquez.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
No, go.
Vasquez kind of sitting closer towards the end of the cart where, if they need to, he could hop up towards the driver's area.
All right, so you're in the back too, technically.
Yeah, but close enough that if he had to, he can pop out front just in case something happens.
All right. See a very
And-
colorful individual.
Kind of gives a nod as he's just slowly has a pipe.
She takes a
Warning.
drag of her cigarette and blows the smoke, and not in your face, like, in the other direction.
With
Hi.
the decent wind blowing, it carries pretty far away pretty fast.
Yeah. She gives you a nod. Hail.
Kind
Hello.
of
Oh,
kind of give a little look over to Hildegard before looking out for see if the birds are nearby.
I mean, they're close by. I'm gonna say Rogue has landed on her shoulder, and she's been given treats to the both of them before Larogue, probably flies off to take his position somewhere. And
Yep.
though on the feel of like the cart dipping and all that, and the voice, she turns her head slowly and squints, only to realize that's not doing anything. So she kind of leans down and like lightly taps the bird, and gets it to look in that direction so she can actually see what's in the back of the car.
All right, well, Nat, you see a couple of humans, one of them with a bird perched on their shoulder, dressed in dark clothing, and the bird is giving you a very condescending glance.
it's a crow. I don't think they have anything else in them except for dumb.
It's just like seeing this big furball person. She's like, "Oh, hi."
Hi. Is that your bird?
Yes.
Looks like it's judging me. Don't appreciate it.
Oh, that's
You
Rogue.
get used to it.
He's like that with new people.
Do I notice your eyes?
She's trying to keep the hood down, but if you want to, you can.
Can I do I need to try, or can I see them?
No, it's just frankly, just what do you want to see him now?
Yeah.
just
She's examining the both of you.
like again, she's trying to keep the cowl down, but like she has a very awkward angle to quote unquote see from. So it's not
Okay.
working. So you do see the dead eyes and the spider web of scars.
Okay.
Given your background, I would fully allow you to investigate in a suspicious manner. That would make sense for you.
Yeah.
And Vask isn't doing anything to hide his
Oh my god.
distinguishing marks.
Holy shit.
Well, that
Okay.
bodes well for you guys.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Vask is just kind of sitting there. He's got his hat kind of low just because it's snowing, but he's not hiding the weirdly glowing eyes or his tattoos.
Okay. What's this tell me, BB?
Oh boy. Well, I guess that depends on what Raven's comfortable sharing for what you could figure out just from a glance.
Obviously, this person looks kind of weakened. They look starved, for lack of a better word, like sunken in cheeks, thin skin. Judging by the weird, there's something weird about the scars. They don't look normal. Obviously, you could probably guess that it's some sort of magical scarring.
Okay.
And whatever you can gain from further really depends on how much you know about necrotic.
What do I know about necrotic?
Yeah, what would I know? Because I have some necrotic spells.
I mean, have you I guess that would depend. You two haven't known each other super long. If you'd utilized some magical knowledge and observation, you could definitely tell that something's off.
I
It's not
probably,
entirely normal, but you're hardly one to talk there.
yeah. I glow in the day. But I was just wondering if if I had done like an Arcana check, if I had gotten some insight.
You wish to.
Since I do have that one person from my background who was involved with shadow stuff.
That is true.
Never mind.
All right. 11. Okay. Well, you can definitely tell that there is something there. It's not a kind of magic. You've kind of just adopted a c'est la vie attitude about other mages you've met. Most of them have been kind of weird.
Yeah, that's very true.
So you're just like, I don't care. You're fine. You look like you can handle yourself. The birds are kind of cool.
Like, Hildegard's been also interested in your tattoos, but, like, it's very hard to say, hey, where'd you get them tats, bro?
I think,
Alright.
bro.
Yeah. She's very curious about them, but does not say anything.
So I can tell that looks like you got something in the face, magical, that has scarred your face and damaged, well, not destroyed your eyes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's pretty obvious.
Can I, with that natural 20, can I put together that you're seeing through your bird?
I'd say that that's a pretty safe, educated guess to make. Weird stuff like that is possible.
Yeah,
He's-
Jetta
You know,
is a bit
wizard.
of
I mean, given your background, you know all about familiars.
yeah, it's
Considering-
true.
Considering she had a delayed reaction to seeing you until the bird turned.
Ah, is that
Put
your
that
familiar?
Yes, it is one of my familiars.
More than one.
Yeah, I hear that's kind of weird, so I try not to advertise.
You hear a cawing in a nearby tree that sounds like, it's me, I'm him, I'm the other one.
Oh,
She sighs a little bit of that and goes, all right, Rog, you've had your treats. I think it's time to swap out.
Just another bird of a similar size and slightly different plumage flutters down and lands on kind of the edge between the driver's side of the cart and the passengers. Just fluffs out his feathers, looking very proud of himself.
very, very small smile.
She basically just trades out the birds, offering both of them some treats.
Which
Nice
they
looking
happily
birds.
accept.
Yeah.
Laug takes off into the tree line very shortly after that and just begins fluttering around, providing overwatch.
Yep.
So, that's a pretty handy skill, not gonna lie. Zeb says, just kind of looking around. It's
Yeah,
winter now. Winter's sneaking up on us. These roads are not gonna be as safe as they used to be.
Especially not this early.
Yep, lots of shit that normally has a little more time to prepare to settle in for the winter's going to be suddenly looking for everything they can to eat.
Hmm.
Good idea to have your birds keep an eye out.
That's the idea.
And who knows what kind of crazy shit could be out there. And on that note,
Let's go see some of this crazy shit.
DZ, you've been awake for a bit. But at the moment, your attention is caught. There's a fast, dark shape in front of you, moving through the underbrush as quickly as it can, darting away with every intention. What do you do?
Attempt to catch it.
You make the attempt. Roll to hit.
I believe that would be
You can be creative as you like here.
Act.
Nothing.
Alright.
Actually, no, not that. Let's go with something else.
Ooh, 23.
23, okay. You, leaping out in a flurry of snow, describe yourself as you eviscerate this poor, helpless squirrel.
He kind of leaps forward, and there's a big flurry of snow as he rolls and catches the thing in his mouth. Quickly and swiftly snapping its neck within his teeth, which are quite sharp despite the fact that he appears to be human.
Intriguing.
He has a haggard face from what would appear to be a life of denial, but with dark, apparently graying hair. But most striking of all is that he has stark yellow eyes.
All right.
He is bundled in furs and is rising to his feet now and takes the squirrel out of his mouth.
Yep. It was all you could really find this morning. So what do we call this mongrel?
This would be Garm.
All right, Garm. You rise up back to your full human height. The little squirrel limp in your teeth and falling into your hand. It's such a measly little thing, but it's the best you could find. And you faintly hear off nearby some very impatient nickering.
Yeah,
As your
he's,
companion of the last few weeks starts trudging towards you with a "you're gonna eat that" energy on his horse-like face. Which I say because your companion is a horse.
Oh God.
Hmm.
I don't like the horse wanting to eat that.
He looks between the horse and looks down at the squirrel. He fully extends his hand, so minimum chance of nipping.
All right. Easy enough. The horse takes the squirrel in its surprisingly sharp teeth and just starts crunching. For those of you who haven't seen this monstrosity yet. Here he is. As soon as it loads.
Maybe.
Yep.
Good lord.
Oh. Horse.
It is a decent-sized, very well-built horse with dark fur coming to a few dappled, very bright spots and unnervingly white eyes. It is very much enjoying that squirrel.
I hate that.
You just see the tail slowly disappear into its mouth.
Ugh.
He reaches a hand out and he gives the biter a little scritch behind the ears.
He nips at you for a second, but then allows it.
Well, to eat squirrels.
You try and angle for a finger.
He's not called biter for nothing.
All right. Your first day here in the valley did not go as planned, did it? How's Garm feeling at the moment?
He's feeling very lost. He is far from home, and he was rather uncharacteristically sent out on his own. He trekked his way across the country, made his way to this place, and only to find out that it's all been for nothing because the person he's been looking for has been dead for the last 2 years.
What?
He had snuck into the town the night before and asked the right people, and yeah, turns out she's been gone for a while.
So, with that in mind, there's not... You notice and see, obviously, all the snow. As you came into the town, you saw it all coming down. You had to find shelter pretty quickly to make it through it. It came down pretty fast, and you were told before you came through here that if you took too long in the valley, if it snowed like this, the pass was going to close over, and there was no getting out if that happened. So, the reality of you being lost and alone, and also is compounded slightly with the feeling of being boxed in.
Yeah, he's got a pretty down expression, which his face just kind of seems naturally built for.
Aw.
He just seems a little sad all the time.
Sad Poyo. Alright, so
Oh,
Spider, in contrast, is just kind of looking around, occasionally shaking snow off of his flanks. Sniffs the air a little bit, and then nudges you a little bit. Not with this snout or anything, he nudges you with one of his knees.
mm.
This horse is not gentle. It starts trudging off northward.
Well, with a little bit else better to do, he at least trusts the horse's judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Following beside him.
Mm-hmm.
Not riding on top because at this point he has learned not to put any more pressure on this horse than necessary.
Yeah, Biter decides when this happens. And only Biter.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You advance out ahead. Strangely enough, Biter seems to know exactly where he's going in spite of having never been here before. Before long, you come out into a clearing. You see a somewhat snowed over, but still some little visible thanks to the wind. A little bit of a road heading north, and looking northward, you can see that the forest parts soon, and there's a large clearing. And on the other side of that clearing, faintly through the atmospheric disturbance and morning fog, you see towers jutting out over a bunch of broken stone.
And is this the shrine that was described to me?
Nope, you came upon that the night before. Best you can figure, that's probably the beginning of the area towards the college and the town there. Only other real civilization out here.
Mm-hmm.
Spider looks back at you within a very, I'm going and you're coming too. It's like, I need someone to pay to stable me up kind of energy you get inside of your head through your bond.
Mm-hmm. His hand reaches towards his pocket, and there's an uncomfortable amount of money in there he's never been trusted to handle before. Still, not a penny spent.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he is capable of paying, and he just, in lieu of seemingly any other better option, he just nods in affirmation and proceeds towards that road.
All right. The two of you begin heading outwards into the open tundra for a moment, sticking to the roads as you are the first to arrive at Hallow Hall.
Hey.
All right. So, and with that, as you approach the town, we come to Scatha.
Nope.
Where are you at this exact moment in this town?
I believe she was staying at the guild hall
Mm-hmm.
with her merchant friend.
Yep.
She's probably just gonna be waking up at this moment, and she's
All right.
she's not a tall woman or a short woman. She's just in the middle, and her face, which is kind of a dark tan color surrounded by black hair, would be unremarkable except for her eyes open and they're faintly yellow, and it's also ravaged by what looks like claw marks.
Oof.
One side of her face looks normal, and then she turns, and she's lucky to have the other eye, judging by the scarring. she's going to be waking up and sitting up in bed.
All right. And what do we call you?
Her name is Anaphora.
Anaphora. All right. You are. Oh my god, yeah, all of you have some kind of facial trauma. Some of it's just emotional. That's great. Okay, so
Yeah.
waking up, you can hear a pretty decent flurry of activity outside of the room as you see a lot of merchants moving around, some mercenaries, different crowds. You definitely get the vibe that something is wrong. Not like catastrophically wrong, more annoying wrong.
I wonder what happened. She's going to get up and get dressed. She's not hurrying or anything. She's just going to take her time because she's already hearing grumbling outside the door, and she's like, it's too early for this.
I agree. You faintly hear from somebody nearby.
Oh, is it Walder?
Yep, it's Walder. Ugh.
Good morning, Walder. What's that? And she just kind of gestures out the door.
Walder, for those, I don't have a model for him at the moment. I haven't finished it. Walder is an older human man, balding hair, kind of loose. Face is just a lot of wrinkles. This guy's been out in the sun a lot. Seems to just have a nice jovial smile on his face. Wearing pretty humble clothes. Somewhat colorful ones at that, actually, but at the moment the lines are kind of creased down into a bit of a tense expression. Just, snows came last night. Winter has decided to come early.
That would explain the grumbling.
A lot of these folks were hoping to get out of here in the next couple of days, and, well, best make yourself comfortable. We're probably not getting out of here till spring thaws come. Sorry about that. I know, I don't know what you were planning on doing when this was all said and done, but, if you wouldn't mind, I could use an extra set of hands. Got some stuff to do.
I would appreciate it.
I'll be happy to pay you.
Well, yes, that sounds good to me. I didn't honestly have anything lined up after this, just kind of hoping something would fall into my lap like it usually does.
Heap of snow fell in our laps. Guess that kind of counts. Yeah. That's really not funny. All right. Come on. I got some stuff I gotta deliver. That's the best I could figure out. A lot of the students are going to be coming around real soon because anything that got sent for them for the festival next month is what they're getting now is all they're going to get. They're pretty eager to see what their parents are willing to send them.
Oh, those kids are going to be very disappointed.
Well, as soon as they get out of this cushy college and get out into the real world, that disappointment will find them anyway.
Unfortunately. All right.
You and me, we know better, though, right? Kind of just lightly wraps you on the shoulder and starts walking down towards the stairs.
She'll follow. There's a noticeable, but slight but noticeable limp on the left side of her body.
Noted. All right. Change it to this. There we go. All right. So heading downstairs, you see various folks, mostly human, a couple of Yorok moving around, a couple of kobolds skittering to and fro, most of them of silver scale. Over at the counter, you see the head of the little guild hall, which is a very old and somewhat tarnished-looking silver dragonborn. There.
Sorry.
That's fair. That's fair.
Sorry. I just listened to one of those videos. Sorry.
Just, Walder, good. Got some stuff for you. Oh, I'm sure you do, Walder says, walking forward, putting on a bit more of a smile. Hell, anything to be useful. What we got down here today? Oh, the Dragonborn leans back, just kind of peering through, and they just begin conversing amongst themselves. So,
Anavora just kind of stands there and looks around the assembled personages in the inn.
mm-hmm.
And her gaze goes towards the window, and she starts muttering under her breath.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody is listening, they would be able to hear her making up a poem about snow.
No one is listening at the moment, but as you are looking, you are treated to the fascinating sight of a black horse head with a very wide eye peeking into the window, leaning down, coming up, and with a lot of chicken bones in its mouth. Just starts crunching on them.
Yeah.
Oh God.
She's actually going to go towards the window now that there's a horse in front of her, and she's going to start muttering another poem.
About the horse eating, about the chicken eating horse.
About the horse, yeah. It's just about a horse.
Of course. Unless...
And the horse just kind of turns and starts pacing away. Did that horse just eat the rubbish bits from last night? Walder says as he walks forward.
Very interesting horse, yes.
God, useful. You know, the thought of horses eating meat is actually really unsettling if you think about it. A horse could catch you real easily. It could outrun you. Imagine yourself out in the grassland and you see a herd of horses and you're like, oh God, I'm fucked.
God.
She just kind of laughs under her breath, because that's as high as she can laugh.
Yeah, and beside the horse, notably not leading it by any bridle, is someone in a heavy fur cloak. Doesn't seem to pay any mind to the fact that, yeah, it stuck its head in the garbage bin.
Nothing lost. Actually, something gained by the innkeeper. Now he doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's good. I almost feel like I should go thank that bone-eating horse.
God, I hate those words.
Yeah. You know, the rider there, or whatever it is. Yeah, that's some fresh meat right there. He had no idea where he's going. Just wait a minute. The packages and the like will be ready soon. I'm going to go point him out to where the stables are. And Walder
careful.
starts hobbling towards the door.
Be careful to warn the other horses.
That's fair. Thought you were going to say be careful of my fingers, and I'm like, oh, you do care.
Also, be careful of that. He would probably take your entire hand.
Yeah, I hope he likes a taste of arthritis. And Garm, as you're outside, just kind of looking around, there's not too much activity in this town. In fact, you notice most of the buildings around here, Guildhall being right around here on the map, most of the buildings here are pretty clear and obvious ruin. They look very old.
He looks to Biter, and clearly he's just, well, I trust your judgment, but not a whole lot of to go on, huh?
Stables are over that way, young man. You see an older human gentleman coming out. Not on a cane, but definitely has a slight hunch to his back. One shoulder just the littlest bit higher than the other, if people could pay keen attention. This man has definitely endured the racks of rheumatism.
Where are they, where are the stables, then?
Come on, I'll show you. You look like you can handle yourself out there, but no offense, but I've seen fish caught in a boat with a little better sense of direction than you got in your eyes right now.
Yeah, the snow, and I'm a little lost.
Takes a long time to not get lost, little man. Long, long time. Took me half my goddamn life. Alright. Stables are right around over here. Just, follow the sounds of neighing, and, I gotta ask, your, I don't want to use the word steed, because I worry he's gonna try and attack me, but your friend here, is that a supplement to his diet, or is he, like, full course?
He just kinda does whatever.
Well, I ain't much picky either. Don't know if I can handle that kind of grub, though. Come on. Stables are over here. Alder moves forward, surprisingly uninhibited by the snowbanks around. A lot of the streets have been somewhat cleared. And eventually you do come across the stable.
Thank
You
you.
see a bunch of other horses that are immediately giving that nervous side eye to Biter.
No.
Almost sounds like he's laughing as he just starts walking right towards it. Oh, that horse is going to traumatize those things.
He has that effect.
God damn. Oh, I'm Walder, by the way. What's your name?
I'm Garm.
Garm. Interesting. Well, no judgments here. You look like you've had a long road, Garm. If you want to go in the guild hall, there's hot soup.
Thank you.
And don't worry about your horse. I'll pin him up. Ain't no trouble. You honestly look like you could stand to eat something. What's your horse's name?
Biter.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. As he starts shuffling over towards the stable.
Yes, it's because he bites.
Right, and you are left alone. You can see Biter just kind of picking his own stall. He picks the biggest and fanciest one he can and just, oddly enough, reaches down with his teeth and pulls open the latch and goes inside. It's like the other horses, it's like friggin' Lilo and Stitch where all the dogs are really trying to get away from him. If they could get up on the rafters, they could.
Oh my god.
One of them actually
no,
does
it's like
manage
this.
it.
It's like this scene in The Thing when they bring the thing in disguised as a dog, and the other dogs in the kennel are just like, "Oh, there's something not right with that guy."
Yeah, very much the same energy.
He stands there for a moment, making sure making sure Biter doesn't cause any trouble.
Biter just settles in, and you, for the first time in ages, actually see him munching on a little hay. Then you realize there was a rat inside of the hay.
A little bit of fiber.
Once he's satisfied that Biter will not maim anybody, he heads towards the guild hall.
All right. Heading inside, it is a flurry of activity. Lots of people of different kinds, folks of different races, even. Where you're from, it was pretty rare. Well, there are Yorok here and there. They're not super unusual where they're from, depending on the time of year, but for the large part, it's a pretty cosmopolitan little scene and a little frenzy of activity, but there are tables that are open.
He's briefly befuddled by the the clamor, so he goes and tries to locate the most remote and quiet corner.
The Broody Boy classic. All right. Okay. It is not too difficult to find a little isolated spot over near the fire. Most folk are too busy running around getting ready for the day and pretty clearly distressed by the snowfall to actually bother relaxing at the moment. So, the tavern floor is yours. Anaphora, as you're still waiting, the Dragonborn at the counter, who I have forgotten the name of, and that is okay, says he'll need a few more minutes to get everything ready. He's got a lot of different orders and a lot of different bits to sort, since there's suddenly a massive shortage of a few things.
She'll nod
So
and
you are free to come in. Yep. You see the man that came with that bizarre horse sitting down at a table on his own.
He looked lost, I guess.
Yeah, he definitely looks that way. Was that a out of character question or?
Yeah, that was an out of character question. She's gonna notice that you look a little overwhelmed, lost, and the fact that the Dragonborn is also overwhelmed this morning. She's going to ask him, I have a bowl of soup for that fellow. I'll run it over to him. He looks like he needs it.
Sure. I'll just pull it out of Walder's tab. Here, we got some. Let's see. Beef and mushroom. There we go.
Much obliged. And she'll begin walking towards you, like, with a bowl of soup, and she'll set it in front of you and go, here you are.
I didn't order anything.
You look like you needed it.
Thank you then.
And
Very gingerly reaches a hand out and scoots the bowl towards himself a little. Not sure how to read the gesture.
if you wanted to inside her, you could, but she's just being genuinely like, this guy needs some soup. Like, bad.
God.
Yeah, he just was there a soup spoon brought along with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there would have been.
He does not use it.
Fair.
He just kind of puts the bowl to his lips and slowly slurps.
It is warm and a little chunky.
Yep. Which is kind of how he likes it.
They make hearty food up here in the Northlands.
Mm-hmm.
The rafter horse.
Yeah, I gotta look out there for them rafter horses.
That's how they get you. They're ambush
God.
predators.
I hate it. Bone-eating horses that live in rafters. Cool.
That's the one that's
Flop-toppers.
trying to get away from Biter. He's all the way up there.
Used a power he did not know he had.
Drop horses.
God.
Drop horses.
Yeah, that's what
terrible.
that was in my head too.
Awful. No.
But,
Bad. You should be ashamed.
I'm not.
Yeah, if you were to look at his face, as I mentioned before, he's a little haggard. You can't tell if it's from travel or whatnot, or just for whatever reason, it is like his skin doesn't seem to fit right or whatever.
Intriguing.
Could be hunger, could be from sleep or lack of sleep, but he just looks like a very pathetic. Despite how big he is, he's rather pathetic looking.
Sad face. Big body.
Yeah.
Anaphora is worried for you, but also you clearly pick this dark corner on purpose. So she's going to give you a quick, very brief smile that kind of pulls weird on her scars on the side of her face, and retreat to leave you alone.
Now that she is more comfortably away, he gets a little louder with the slurping of the soup.
All right. It is a well-seasoned beef stew, bits of mushroom in it. It is very filling, very warm. You can feel your bones and joints getting a little bit of an extra bit of life in them.
Yeah, that is always the problem when it gets that cold, is it starts to seep into your bones.
You never get it out.
Yeah.
All right. Walder, Anaphora, you see returning back inside a moment later. Just, all right. And the Dragonborn, whose name I finally found, it was Rousier. Finally sees him, he's like, there you are. Not too much, but I need some stuff taken up towards the college. Got some parcels and scrolls that came in for the kids. Mostly, let's see, pulls out. And this, if you'll get your cart ready, you can have most of it out there in no time at all. And also need this delivered to the root cellar. Oh. Walder kind of perks up at that mention. That's surprising. You're gonna just mention that out in broad daylight, huh? What? It's just a root cellar. Right. Yeah, sure. And,
Yeah, nothing weird there.
There's nothing wrong with the root cellar.
so there's about half a dozen various scrolls, most of them very, well kept and intricate, wax seals, bits of gilded metal on them, very clearly from very, upper crust environments, and at the same time, just one decent sized crate. Just, oh boy, that one is, that's a little surprising. You sure this one's not for the root cellar? No, this one's for the college, Rousier says, pretty quickly. Just, I don't know what it is or even where it came from, but it's labeled for it.
What does this package look like to Anaphora?
It is a big, pretty nondescript crate. It's labeled on the manifest that it's containing various alchemical supplies.
No chemical supplies, huh?
Yeah, they need stuff like that up there. I don't look, it's bad business, but either way, if it's got anything suspicious in it, the wizards there will figure that out pretty quick and dispose of it.
That's their business.
Oh boy. Walder just kind of huffs over towards that crate and starts shoving on a little. Yeah, no, that's beyond me. Looks around. Oh, hey, young man, Garm? You look up from your soup slurping and see that old man coming towards you.
Yeah, his head quickly flits up, and there's soup very unflatteringly on his face.
Mind helping me with something for a second? I don't know why, but I got a good feeling that you might be able to handle a little heft.
Sure.
Excellent. Just pats you on the back and it's like, hey, you're a big fella. I just need this crate taken over towards the cart I've got outside.
As you wish.
Excellent. Good man.
Sets down the bowl immediately without finishing it and goes and does it.
Yep.
About how heavy is that box, you said?
It's decently heavy, but it's someone of your stature would be able to lift just fine. It's just Walder's very old.
Yeah.
And Anaphora isn't that big.
Taking it outside around to the other side of the building, you see a very, very rickety looking, like if this was modern day, it would be held together with duct tape. Old cart with a little donkey and mule at the front of it.
Oh,
All right, just set it up there in the back and we'll get going. Much obliged, Garm. And he tosses you a silver piece.
Oh. Thank you.
Hey, I always pay folk I make deals with. Don't look so shocked. All right.
Yes, he spends more gold on on help than he does on his cart. And she's just kind of giving Walter a cheeky little smile.
Hey, when it breaks and I can't fix it, I'll get a new one. Till then, though,
Just going to creak up to the college. At least they'll know we're coming.
that they will. That they will. All right. So you get up on the cart?
Yep. Carefully,
All right.
so I don't break anything.
Yeah. It almost, your foot almost goes through the wood. It's so dry rotted.
Do you want me to come as well?
Would you
Oh.
like to?
If you want, sure. Just hop in the back.
He looks at the state of the cart and he does not want to break it. I'll walk.
All right, if you insist. Fine. Abuse those legs of yours. You look like you walked long enough. Just motions the mule forward and it trudges through the snow without hesitation, heading towards the college. All right, so with that said, we come back to the other three of the group. You guys have finally gotten out of the other side of the forest and can see the pretty decent-sized cliffside settlement up ahead. The small ruined buildings, the distant walls with the tall spiring towers of the Wizards College on the other side, as well as the various Wizards towers scattered all through the snowy plain on either side of the road. They all come in one of three colors. There's red, yellow, and blue, the primaries.
Yeah. Did I see Ogmund on the way?
No, he was not within your range of eyesight at the time, no.
Okay. She doesn't really talk after the initial questioning about the birds. She doesn't really talk unless spoken to, and she has this she's always looking at everything like she's expecting someone to jump them.
Absolutely. All right.
I'm gonna say Hildegard probably asked her name, and not much beyond that.
Okay. So,
She would have told you, Nat.
Yeah. Other than that, she's been more or less quiet and trying to keep the hood down.
Vask been up to anything?
Not really. Does anyone ask him his name?
Yeah. After Nat's asked hers, she asks them theirs.
Yeah.
Okay. Vask goes, Vask.
Vast.
Just got a very simple. Yeah.
Simple orc.
He goes, oh, no, he wouldn't really mention his title. So he goes, yeah, Vask.
Just
Vast. And you?
Hildegard.
Hildegard. Alright.
Yes.
Why are you two headed towards college?
I heard him. Meant to helping me guard this ship from anything we happen to run into. Which, thankfully, that trouble appears to be over.
She just suspiciously look around.
Yep. As you're coming into town, you can see off over at the Wizards Tower, some students coming out, and just some of them are very clearly playing in the snow with one another, throwing snowballs, some of them with magic. You see this one dipshit kid using catapult with snowballs.
Try hard.
Dipshit. I think you mean genius.
Those are very rarely any different from one another.
You know, fair.
Just depends on if you're on the receiving end or not.
It's just these guys have D6 hit die. He could actually kill them.
Oh, God.
She rolls her eyes and she sees the kids playing in the snow.
With not much in the way of tree cover, Raug and Laug are both perched up on the cart now, just kind of looking around at everything. Rauga will briefly fly off on occasion and roll around in the snow and then come back, though.
Oh.
Mhm.
How far into town is the root cellar?
The root cellar is not too far away from the walls. I'd say right around here-ish.
Where?
Just here-ish. Smaller thing towards the edge of the town.
I didn't see
I
the
see
pig.
no pings.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay. How about now?
Nope.
Oh, that's
Are
weird.
you on the correct layer?
I
Sometimes
am.
that
Oh,
happens
no,
to
I'm
me.
not. I'm on the DM layer. Good guy. Good eye. Okay.
Yeah, that's happened to me too. Where I'm like, don't you see me? I'm putting these map. Oh, I just put the monsters down on the map on the DM layer. Hold on.
Yep.
Wrong
All right. So yes, right around
layer.
here.
Wrong
All
layer.
right.
Kronk, kronk.
Yep. Oh no. All right. So advancing up into the town common, quote unquote, area, you two, the newcomers here, would immediately see that the majority of the buildings here are very old looking and very much not suitable for habitation. Most of them have holes in them, rubble collapsed from them. They're ruins more than actual homes, so there are a few functioning buildings here and there.
Home sweet home.
Hallow Hall. Never forget your first time. Well, I'll see to getting you two paid once we get to the guild hall, and after that, well, start networking, I guess. So you're gonna be here a bit. If
Yeah,
I
it's
need
gonna
anything, I'll be sure to let you know.
yes, assuming you'll be here as well. Don't think you'll be able to get back out, huh?
Hell no, I ain't crossing that pass looking like that.
Even if you could, it's not wise.
Nah, dangerous shit comes out when the snow comes down.
Thank you for
You
your
two better not think about
consideration.
going back out in that either.
Unless you got company.
Looks at his clothing and he's just like, I think I might need to step up purchasing some of my winter gear a little bit
Wise.
earlier than I planned.
You probably have to go to the college for that, unfortunately. Not much in the way of businesses here, unless some of the merchants just happen to have something. Which they might. They might. Hell, I might even.
Do I owe you anything?
Nah. You're a local, it's fine.
Thanks. You know where to find me if you need me.
Yeah, that I do. Tell Dern I said hi. He knows me. I don't come around too often, but he knows me.
All right. Where are the two of you headed?
Seems to be the guild hall, and I'm not sure yet.
Couple odd jobs. Maybe check out the college a bit.
Stop by the root cellar if you have the chance. Might have some work for you there.
What's the root cellar?
Not
It's
an actual cellar, is it?
it's the name of the place. It's just kind of looks around a little bit. It's a bit of a gray market, if you follow me.
Oh.
Alrighty. Just let me get old Huffser up and loaded up in the stables, and then I'll see you guys in a bit with your pay.
All right, well, I've got head to work, so fancy to meet you folks.
Stay warm.
Bloody unlikely.
Fair enough. And you hop out of the cart and start heading into the alleyways.
Indeed. Fucking cart bounce the other way now.
Yeah, cart definitely kicks up into the air a little bit as your weight gets off of it.
And she's gonna head towards the fruit cellar.
All right, we'll get to that in a moment. So,
Yeah.
you two manage to find the guild hall. You get inside and see Rousseer and several other people. It's calmed down a little bit since that initial frenzy, but you do see a lot of other merchants, and many of them perk up when they see Zeb approaching. later on. Just So, what do you do?
Well, you said he get us paid in a minute, right?
Yep.
So just kind of hang out, wait for pay.
Yeah.
Hildegard's going to try and avoid people if she can, but
Right.
you know,
Kind
Not
of
too
glance
hard at the
about the
moment.
room.
Mm-hmm. Welcome. You see a silver-scaled dragonborn of pretty old, pretty muted coloration and scales. Doesn't look like he's been polished all that much. Just haven't seen you two around here before. You got a tab, or are you needing a place to stay? What?
Just rolled in with Zeb. So yeah,
Shit, Zeb's here. Good. At least somebody can lift the heavy stuff around here during the winter months.
we raced the storm. It seems.
Only just barely, then. If y'all were another day later, you'd have gotten caught out there on the pass. Whew, do not envy that. Alright, so, names?
Vask.
and Hildegard.
Guard and Vask. Wait. Vask. The Vask?
And there's just kind of like a little inhale, like, oh, here we go again, and he goes, "Yes, Vask of many colors. You may have heard of me."
Oh, big shot up here at the ass end of nowhere. That's surprising. I suppose nobody's immune to hard times. I'll just knock you down. You two
So-
bunking
He-
together or individual rooms? We got
Individual.
space.
Individual rooms, please.
Fair enough. All right. Well,
When he makes the comment about falling on rough times, he's just like, the tattoos kind of glimmer to like they kind of go from a purple to darken slightly to a more purple before they go back to normal. He's just like, I'm impressed my reputation preceded me this far.
you're known. Not many people with talents like yours. All right. I'll have this deducted out of what Zeb's paying you. All in guild currency, all guild framed. All right. Here, slides a couple of keys towards you. And, you need accommodations for the birds?
They're staying with me.
All right. Noted. Familiars?
Yes.
Familiar and pet. All right. Cool. Noted. Definitely make a note of that. Do they need feed?
That would be appreciated.
Noted. All right. We get all kinds up here.
So,
Trust me, you're not the weirdest thing you'll see today if you go to the college.
quick question: has Hildegard heard of a Vask of many colors?
I would say that would be a history check.
Hey.
11.
And 11.
Okay. The name doesn't jump out at you. You can
Okay.
definitely tell by that reaction that that's definitely a name that carries weight. You don't see people in guild halls get reactions like that from the guildmaster.
Oh,
This guy is technically something of a celebrity then, though you've never heard of him.
yeah.
And I don't know if Hildegard paid attention or her birds paid attention. See that Vask seemed kind of briefly annoyed at first with it before it just kind of rolled off his back.
Yeah. If it was that obvious, you probably caught it.
Yep.
It's like, so you're a big shot, apparently?
Apparently, I've had a few lucky jobs. Well, lucky and successful.
That is the adventure in life.
And we're still with the guildmaster, right?
Yeah, he's occupied, just kind of moving.
Okay.
Moving around, checking his books, getting things marked down. But he's within earshot. You could still talk to him.
I guess just see if he goes. Professor goes. Anything some newcomers should know about the town, or any leads?
Well,
Haven't
I
made
don't
it
know
this
about
far north yet.
leads. Not much in the way of work at this exact moment, though I'm sure it'll pop up with students having no way out for the next couple months. A couple of them are going to head home to their families. You might get some offers of some pretty ludicrous amounts of coin to escort them across the pass, but don't do it.
No. I know my strengths, and trudging through snow big as tall as I am is not one of them.
I assure you, none of those kids would last out there, and none of that money's actually in their hands. It's paid directly to the college by their parents. They have accounts that they can draw from if need be, but none of them have spare coin to go around while they're here.
Ha, wizards.
Yep. Besides that, mind the cold. Here in winter, coming this early, shit might get a little aggressive. Try to avoid the shoreline if you can, especially after dark. Watch the skies. Head to the college if you want to try your best luck at finding work right now. There's always some manner of odd job needs doing, or maybe demonstration. Hell, sometimes even kids need someone to test their combat mettle in a wizard's duel or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You said
Oh.
watch the sky. Do you mean the weather, or?
Weather and, it is wormling season.
Oh,
Oh. And as a follow-up, you mentioned the shores. Just dangerous tides, or do things come crawling up?
Tides, ice flows, walruses.
Vask, who's probably only seen them in like illustrations, was like, "Oh, fascinating."
And acklets. Watch for the acklets.
Acklets. Do I know what an
Yeah.
acklet is?
Roll in nature.
Not proficient, but oh,
Okay.
I apparently know what an acklet is.
They are known as basically a walking whale about the size of a bear that can creep up onto shore and are actually pretty deadly predators.
Oh,
Sometimes referred to as whale wolves.
oh, lovely.
Oh,
and Vask just kind of laughs and goes, "Oh, yes, I've heard of those. Yes."
It'll be the last thing you ever hear if one of them catches you in the dark. They hunt by sound.
Good to know.
Yeah, fishermen have to deal with them on occasion. If you want some fun stories, Cornerstone's down the hill. In fact, if you're a bit of a history buff, Cornerstone's the oldest tavern on this continent.
And that, oh, that's fascinating. I'm assuming that's a good place to get a meal.
If you like fish. They cook what they catch there. It's most of the fishermen who've been here a lot longer than this college hang out there.
We're in a snow-locked coastal settlement. I believe we'll have to get used to fish.
True that. Hopefully we've got enough stores to at least... Oily.
You cut out there to at least wet, and then cut out
Most
to
of the fish
oily.
around here are oily.
Well, that just means they make good on frying. And that's actually something like Vask, because he is carrying a traveler's pack, does have a decent set of cooking utensils hanging from his pack.
Oh, do you do cooking?
Yes, I find that it's much easier to keep up your morale when you're out in the woods, being able to fill your belly with something good rather than relying on hardtack and rations.
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, I don't like that.
That is one of the more disturbing designs of those I've seen.
Oh. Hmm.
It's the smile.
uh,
I'll throw that at Newt just for fun.
the legs Too
Good
long.
chance those
It
would
gets
show
worse
up
the
in
longer
prime
you look at
titles.
it.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
uncanny dog.
It really does get worse the longer you look at it.
Yeah, it's a little too muscled in weird places, and then the body's too shaped underneath. What the fuck?
It's too
All right. Either way,
Shaped, but not in a good way.
it is bad
It's
shaped.
bad shaped.
All right. So Zeb shows up a few moments later, and there's a bit of a cheer. Not quite full on Norm from Cheers levels, but a few people are happy to see him. There's some pats on the back as he walks by. Just shakes off a little snow from his fur. All right. Well, hey, Rouse here. Didn't think you'd be the last one to come in, Vask. I mean, Zeb. All right. So, sorry. So, you were rolling in with Vask of Many Colors himself? You got a celebrity here hired to protect your cart. What about that? Just, oh, no shit. Just walks over and sits down at the bar. Here, Vask of Many Colors. And Hildegard pulls out small pouches. 10 gold apiece for one-way trip. Normally it's for round trip. If I'm so lucky to get your services on the way out, you'll get the other half.
Get the feeling we'll probably be wanting to leave after a few months here, so
Soon as
We'll
the
see.
thaws come, there is going to be a line to get out of this place.
Thank you, Mr. Zeb.
No
So,
problem.
10 gold?
10 gold, yes.
Nice.
Do what you want. Just, stay out of trouble.
Yes, there's not really many places we can run if we do get in trouble, is there?
Well, there's a lot of places to hide if you can handle the cold. Pick any one of these old rundown buildings.
Vask does not look appreciative of that idea. He comes from farmland. He's not used to this shit.
All right. So, what do you do?
I say, since the job seems to be concluded, Hildegard is going to offer a hand and go, well, Sir Vash of Many Colors, it is a pleasure working with you. I hope to do so again, if that's okay.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I mean, we'll be here, same town for a while, so if you need anyone to look out for you, just, I'm not hard to find.
No, you are not.
And he goes, I'm probably going to drop off my pack in my room and then maybe take a look around town. Check out that root cellar they were talking about.
Sure. Are you really interested in, she just leans in, gray deals?
And he kind of shrugs and he goes, I mean, if there's deals, they may have some warm clothing. And
Okay.
who knows? Gray deals might be what keep you sane on a long winter.
All right. Would you mind if I tagged along a little bit? This is all kind of new to me.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
That's kind of got the feeling she's a little bit of a nervous and probably needed a little bit of someone's help like that.
There's a lot of fucking people here. A lot of people here.
Yep. All right. So, you two head out into the streets, take a look around, and as you head off in any direction of your choice, Nat, you make your way down the very familiar alleyways. Not super difficult to do. You could practically do it with your eyes closed at this point.
Yeah. Anything out of place besides the
Now,
snow?
at the moment, you actually see a decent number of students walking in and out of the alleys at the moment, all of them with cloaks on, trying to look a little bit hidden.
Okay.
Some of them are carrying various parcels.
Any of them looking shady?
Roll a perception check or investigation of your choice.
I will roll investigation because I am much better at that. Well, actually, I'm not bad about it, but I'm better at investigation. Ha! 21.
21, okay. All right. Walking along, most of them are, you can see, it looks pretty familiar. You recognize most of the faces, even if you've never bothered to learn their names. Some of the students who go out to the root cellar and sneak in and out of the college that way are pretty standard, but you do see one face that definitely is not a student
Oh.
that very briefly passes by. Let me... Actually don't have the... Oh, that's what happened. Okay, so... You see... So you're walking along, someone in dark leathers. In a hood, darker skin, very sharp green eyes walking by. Looks like more of the adventuring type walking past the root cellar. Briefly gives you an up down and keeps going. Other than that, it all
When
looks
she
pretty
gets
normal.
given the up down, she does make a bit like she snarls a little.
All right.
What? And they just stuck out because of how different they were compared to like all the students.
Yep, they looked like they were wearing leathers more so than the usual student robes.
Okay. Well, then after eyeing this person a little bit, doesn't seem like there's anything too suspicious aside from just them being a bit out of place.
Yep.
She will. Does she need to like crouch to go through the door?
Weirdly enough, no. The actual doorway into the root cellar is a trap door in the floor.
Oh.
It's inside of an old abandoned building.
Oh, okay, okay.
It literally was a root cellar once upon a time.
All right. Head inside before I go in the trap door. Is there anyone who are there people heading down or?
No one nearby within eyesight within the building itself, but you can see a lot of footprints coming and going.
All right. She'll head down.
All right.
Is there like a ladder down or?
Yeah, there's
Stairs.
a little ladder, some stairs, really, some stone steps. You get that earthy smell immediately, the smell of smoke, a little bit of food, a little bit of sweat. See, oh, have fun? You look over and see the familiar, kind of slightly overweight, kind of feebly, weakly shaking a hand form of Nern. Just
loads of fun. Fucking winter came early.
yeah. See, I know you went down, saw the snow coming down overnight, and I'm like, oh shit. See, hope you and Ogman roughed it out all right.
He's hard at work getting some, dry kindling.
Yeah, I'm sure. Thankfully, everything's well kept up down here, no leaks. But, that's good, that's good. Well, glad you're back.
Anyone giving you any trouble?
No trouble, but I have heard a couple of rumors that are troubling, not gonna lie.
She'll pull. Is there like a stool or something she can pull over?
Yep. He looks around. Not much in the way of students at the moment. They're not really sticking around today. Most of them are coming in, getting what messages they can, got drinks they can sneak inside. And
Probably all a panic.
yeah. A lot of them were hoping to go home. They were planning on leaving, and now they can't. But, some folk came in across the pass a few days ago, and apparently only just are starting to make their presence known in town.
What kind of people?
Looks around even more. You can see a little bit of sweat forming. There are rumors that there are some Reichman at the college.
face goes very still.
Not sure why they're there, but if I had to guess, probably there to talk to any of the Scion kids. There are a couple of them.
Would I know why they're after the Scion kids? Trying to recruit them, maybe?
That's usually what they do. They proselytize like shit, like that. Well, they're not the only ones either. Had some interesting company last night. Had some, yeah, God, I've never seen them around here before. Think they're old hunters? They're from way down in the Southlands.
Old hunters.
Yep.
I guess like that's their title, or they.
Yeah, I don't know what they are, but the rumors around them are certainly interesting. Blood magic and shit, but I don't actually know for sure. All I know is they were creepy. They were jovial enough. They drank, they caroused, got into a couple of fights, and they paid well, which is great, but they definitely gave off the vibe that you don't want to piss them off.
Blood magic, I'd imagine not. Are they still in town, or they head out before the snow came down?
I don't know how they could have. They were here last night, sniffing around. See, that's the funny thing about them. They were sniffing the air a lot. Like they were just basking in whatever was smoking.
Did they give you a hard time at all?
Really. A couple of them got drunk a little bit, but God, it's the amount of shit they put down before they even started getting buzzed. Like, I've seen some hard drinkers in my time, but they might be the record breakers here.
Magic, maybe?
Possibly. I don't know. Either way, I'm glad you're back. If any Reichman start poking around in town, I am not here.
But I am.
You are.
She pulls out the soup she got.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Definitely cold by now, but anything to warm this up. Ogman's wife sent some soup.
Oh, Helene. Oh, shit, she knows how to make some soup. Hold on. I'll see if I can get it back up to a little bit of a boil. Might lose a little bit of the water, but close enough. Starts preparing that. As he does, you see and hear the sound of the roof cellar door opening.
She'll trying to look nonchalant, just, keep her eyes on the entryway.
Mm-hmm. All right. You just a very small, barely echoing set of footsteps coming down. You see student robes getting briefly taken off and hung over the shoulder. You see this figure.
Oh. Ah. Am I familiar with that figure?
Oh, this is a newer face to you. So Nern perks up a little bit. Just, oh, hello. Morning. You see, to describe for folks in the chat, a somewhat on the short side woman that appears to be human, but the hair and the eyes are a bit unusual.
Are those pointed ears?
Nope. There is heterochromia on plain display. One eye an amber golden color, the other one a very crystal clear blue. The hair looks dark at a glance, but upon catching the light reflects with an almost silvery metallic sheen, and it ends at the tips with a faint blue glow. Same matching color as one of the eyes. This very transparently clearly is a scion.
Okay. Welcome.
Hello. Did anyone come around asking for, Oh, you're who I'm so sorry. Hold on. Nirna shuffles back into another room for a moment. The girl looks kind of nervously around at everything. Looks like this is not the kind of place she'd usually go, is rubbing her hands on her legs a little bit.
Relax, no one here is going to bite you.
Oh,
Unless you give them reason to.
I'll try my best. Not to give you a reason to bite, though. Not that. Try my best not to do that.
Don't worry, I never bite. And she
You're,
flex, like she moves her arm with the claws on them, just to make
oh,
them known.
wow. You're only the second furball I've met. You're a lot bigger than the other one, though.
You've seen another.
Yeah, a while back with some friends before I came here.
Well, that makes sense. You don't see much of us around.
No, you don't. Even less of them than I thought. I'm Esther.
Esther. Nat.
Nat. Okay.
What brings
Um,
you down here?
I'm looking for someone. But they were in town.
Who? I'm fairly good at finding people.
Not sure how to really. That's all right. Nern was. You were supposed to meet here. Nern said he'd pass the message along, I think. So, at least that's what he
All
said.
right.
Nern comes back after a moment. Here. And he pulls a little scroll out, slides it forward. Left this here for you. Seemed in a bit of a hurry. Wanted you to read it as soon as possible and reconnoiter at your convenience, I guess. It's interesting for company you keep, miss. I've been told. She kind of gingerly takes the scroll, looks at it.
Hey,
Thank you.
Esther.
Yes?
Word around town that there's some Reichman up at the college. Any
Just-
idea what that's about?
Visibly dry swallows.
Oh, can I insight that?
Absolutely.
Ha!
What we got? A 12,
12.
okay. It's pretty obvious that made her nervous. You could see her eyes dance a little bit. Oh. Well, I'm headed that way. Be sure to keep an eye out. I hope that doesn't come to anything. You take care.
You too. You know where to find us.
It's
Remember
very
what I
kind.
said?
And she very quickly steps up towards the door and closes the trap door and vanishes. Cagey.
Very. Who'd she come to see?
That's just it. Wouldn't tell me his name. Odd fella, dressed in brown leathers, had a yellow scarf around his neck. He was, looks around. He was one of us, but he wouldn't show me his face.
Huh. Was he trying to hide it from you, or was he?
He showed the signs, but that was all. Didn't unmask.
Oh, that's odd.
I mean, if they're Reichman about, I don't know, but that's the weird part. You can't replicate a scion that easily, so
he was
what's it-
hiding as a scion.
that or no, he was hiding as a person. That's just it, though. That raises the question. What's a scion and a changeling doing together? That's just
Very
can't wrap-
suspicious.
more than that. A scion being a student at the college.
You don't think the Reichman of?
I don't know, and I don't like it.
Reichman here talking to the scions. A scion looking for a changeling.
Yep.
Something stinks.
Why don't, for your own safety, maybe you should tailor for a bit, just make sure nothing happens. I don't want her leading any Reichman here. That girl, no offense, scions, inborn magic, all that stuff I don't know about, but I do not like the idea of her luring anybody here.
You gotta change your clothes?
Yeah. What size?
Small.
Smaller. All right, cool. Easily done.
Very small.
Oh, do I need a tail hole?
Yes.
You got it. Brings out some interestingly woven fabrics. Just, all right, here you go.
I'll let you know if I find anything.
Please do.
And she'll take the clothes and head out.
Yep.
When she gets up top, is there anyone up here?
Not at the moment. You could see the fresh tracks of Esther walking away.
Then very quickly, I'm going to do shapeshift
Mhm.
into a silver kobold.
Very nice.
Put the smaller clothes on. Tuck my clothes under something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll leave my claw behind. No. I'll put my claw like on my back underneath my clothes
Sounds good.
because I did show that off, and I'm gonna pitter patter after her.
All right. Talking as a kobold always takes a little bit of extra practice when you change. The long snout is not something you're used to, but you've practiced a little bit. All right, you
Not
skitter
one
off.
of her
quickly as
go-to
you can.
forms, but it
Yep.
blends in.
It does that. All right. Following her tracks is pretty easy, depending on how stealthy you wish to be.
I'm not gonna be super stealthy. I'll be like I'll trying to make it look like I'm trying not to look like I'm following her, but I'm not like trying to look suspicious either.
All right.
I'm trying to look like I'm going the same way.
All right. Okay, so you proceed down the alleyways following the freshest pair of tracks. And on that note, we go back to wrapping up your business at the college, Anaphora and Garm and Walder. So you hand off the last of the scrolls to a somewhat short, very nervous looking student wearing little spectacles on their nose. Thank you. And immediately darts back towards the entry hall. All right, well, that's it. Took the alchemical supplies fine. All that's left is... Oh, shit. Leans down and finds one more scroll. Huh. And... Guess one of them didn't come forward at the call. Hey, he kind of stands up. He's like, anyone know or seen an Esther? Got a note for her. It's not. That's fine, though. Well, thanks, you two. Guess we ask around a little bit or head back. Maybe I do have that other thing to take to the root cellar. Get that done.
If you'd like, I can wait here and see if an Esther comes. Meet you at the root cellar.
Looks over at Garm. Just. Oh no, that sounds.
Sorry, what was that?
So Walder is lost in thought, thinking about what to do next. Just tell you what, I'll ask around at the college. I don't want to go walking around there in the alleyways. Why don't you guys head there and I'll drop the note off if I see her.
That sounds alright.
Head where?
Just the root cellar. Don't worry, Anna knows the way.
If you'd like to follow me, it's a little bit of a twisty way.
Please.
Then
Right.
she'll begin walking as soon as you say,
Best of luck. I'll be around later to pick you up, hopefully soon. Yep. You start ducking into some of the alleyways of some of the old abandoned buildings.
she's going to be... She's noticed that her companion is quiet, so she's not going to, like, break that just for conversation's sake. But she's gonna go, I am sorry, I didn't offer my name. My name is Anaphora.
I'm Garm.
You see her wince a little bit, but she goes, oh, well, nice to meet you, Garm.
Sorry.
Oh, it's, not your fault. bad memories.
Houndstooth.
Yes. You can tell underneath her clothes, she's moved her hand to the left side of her chest, and she's kind of pressing. And you notice that on the left side that she is limping.
I'm sorry.
It's alright, I made it out. Can't sing anymore, but can still speak, so I'll count that as lucky.
It's not everyone that gets to walk away.
No, it certainly isn't. And she far away look at that sentence. It certainly isn't.
All right. As we continue walking along, we are back with Nat, I say in air quotes. Your little kobold legs are darting around, following along as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
It doesn't take too long, knowing the back routes that you do, to find Esther walking along, and she is nervous. She's looking in every direction, definitely is not used to coming out to this area.
If she looks at Nat, she'll give us like just like a friendly smile and a wave.
Doesn't seem to be
Just
looking
like-
back towards you at the moment, unless you're trying to get her attention.
No, it's just if she's seen, she's like, oh, hi there. Not you know. Fancy meeting you here, essentially. If she looks back at her.
All right. As she's walking along, you suddenly hear, just kind of echoing through the alleyways, a very peculiar whistle that sounds like a bird cry. Not like any of the native birds around here, though, at all. It's obvious.
It's fake. It's somebody doing a bird cry.
Sure sounds like it. She immediately perks up and looks nearby, and you can't see from the angle you're at through the alleyway, but she darts into one of the abandoned buildings nearby.
Oh, okay. I'm going to crouch down now and
All right.
go to the entrance and take a listen real quick. May I roll perception?
You certainly can.
Ah,
All right, 19, good.
19.
All right, I have to roll some countering things here. Oh. All right. You can hear Esther's voice pretty clearly, but whoever she is talking to, their voice, all you can just hear is that someone is speaking. They are being extremely quiet.
Hmm.
I know. No. Reichman, yes. I don't know why. I can't know how they found us this far north.
Hmm.
No, I don't know. I don't know anything yet. He doesn't know. None of them do. We're no closer to where we started. I know. What about you, though? Any luck? I suppose it's not too much to ask that a group called the North Wind wouldn't be up here in the north. I suppose that would be a little too obvious, wouldn't it? Yeah. Listen, we're gonna be stuck here for a bit, okay? So we need to be careful.
Can I peek inside?
You can, if you wish. You'll need to roll stealth.
Yeah. Do I say can I affect that? I don't think so, but no, okay. Doesn't work on stealth, but roll it I shall.
Let us see. All right.
23.
That's really good. Okay, let's see. Okay. You manage to peek inside. You see it is very dimly lit. You can see the faint glow coming off of the edges of Esther's hair. You see the same hooded figure that you passed by before. Same
Oh.
bright green eyes talking to her. And now that you're peeking in and can see the lips moving, you're having a slightly easier time picking up words coming out of his mouth. It's not every one. Just don't like it. Reichman here for the next 2 months. Just say the word. I'll take care of it. I've done it before. No, Sam, no, come on. You've done enough. Got your own thing going on, I've got mine. I'm happy you came. It's nice to be... No. We just need to lay low. We need to... Here. She, reaches out and pulls something out of her pocket. This, supposed to... The headmaster said to give this to you.
Do I see the mark on their neck?
Not at this moment. You can just faintly see the eyes and everything. It's pretty dimly lit.
Okay.
You do have dark vision, but it doesn't show up super well. All right. Just head back to the college. Keep playing the part. If any of them, and I mean any of them, recognize you, though, they will drop pretenses and they will come after you. We are not the kind of people they put their faces on to be. All right? Just...
You can't see it, but she is gritting her teeth.
Take care, please. I'll be around. And the figure pulls something out of their pocket. You briefly see, looking at their hands, they are wearing strange gauntlets that appear to be made of an iridescent mother-of-pearl-like material. Holding a dagger. The dagger gets thrown upwards, and the figure instantly just vanishes.
Whoa. Okay.
Esther just suddenly, immediately looks a little more nervous again and just looks around and takes a breath and starts running out towards the door that you are hiding close to, but...
I'm going to walk in front of it before she gets, as soon as she starts, and try and look natural.
Okay. Easy enough. You open the door, just... I'm so sorry.
I didn't mean to.
I have to go. And immediately takes off in the direction of college.
All right. What the fuck? Quick glance into the place they just left.
The doorway was left ajar, yes, and you follow.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Noted. All right. You follow.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Esther does not respond. She is at a dead sprint.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna. So she's straight up just running now. I'm gonna keep pace.
All right. Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing a 16. Does that hit you?
It does not.
All right. Well, your instincts kicking in just barely as you were running along. You see a dagger land inches from your face in the stone of one of the nearby buildings. And the dagger, pretty much the moment it lands, vanishes.
So is it the one I saw?
It looked pretty familiar, yeah.
Too quick?
Looked pretty familiar.
Perception?
Sure.
Ha!
8. All right.
8 now.
You look around frantically, but you have a feeling that whoever it was is already out of view.
Okay.
It slows you down
Hey.
enough to where Esther's gotten a decent lead.
Okay. Who's throwing a dagger at me?
No response.
Well, fine. And I'm gonna chase after Esther again.
All right. So, coming back to Anaphora and Gorm, as you're entering in, you come across a pretty decent-sized, say right around here. There's a little square here on the way to the root cellar, just kind of rooting around. It's pretty desolate, but you managed to find students able to give you directions. As you are going around, you see suddenly a young girl with glowing hair running as quickly as she can
Oh no!
at a pretty dead pace.
She coming towards us or like crossing away from us?
Kind of coming towards you from up in the northern side.
Well, she's going to watch her. She's not going to stop her because, you know, if she's running, she's, you know, got something to do, and it's none of Anaphora's business. But she is going to take note of that and just kind of watch her as she runs.
All right. So, funny thing is, as she briefly gets closer to you, the little parcel you were supposed to take to the root cellar, it starts to shake.
Yeah, she's holding it in her hands,
Oh.
like...
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to notice that immediately, and she's going to go, oh, what?
The shaking begins to intensify pretty quickly.
Hmm. She's gonna be looking between the package and the girl, and the shaking gets worse as she gets closer, right?
Yep. She is running. She doesn't seem to notice what's going on or anything. Her eyes are pretty focused dead ahead. Brief glance, you can see that there is fear in her eyes.
Maybe set the box down.
I'm a little apprehensive about putting it down.
It is starting to get to the point where it is practically, it's almost like the box itself is trying to break out of your hands. You can feel things bumping on the inside, moving around like something alive.
No.
Maybe you should put it down.
You start hearing growls coming from inside of it.
Do I come out of the alley at this point?
Yeah, you're about to run into this open little square.
Okay, I'm gonna like make a sudden shift to a walking pace when I come out of the alley.
All right.
No, she's actually going to visibly tighten her grip around the box and pull it into her chest. So it's like, and she's gonna look at the girl as she's running by.
Little brief moment of eye contact.
Garm's hand reaches up to the sword on his back and his grip settles on the handle.
As she reaches the closest point to you, trying to run around you, a little light, a little pendant hanging around her neck, suddenly starts to glow very intensely, and the box is practically jumping out of your hands at this point. You see a hole appear, and a little set of claws come reaching out of it for a moment before going back inside.
Do I see that?
You've come into the square now, and you see that. This is happening all in the span of a few seconds.
Okay.
She's gonna make deliberate eye contact with the girl running by and go, "You better run faster."
And as she comes to a stop in the confusion, the light from the pendant intensifies further. And there is, and Vask and Hildegard walking a few streets away towards the area of the root cellar, just kind of exploring. There is a pillar of this strange viridian mixed with magenta light that shoots up into the sky for a
Whoa.
moment. Impossible to miss.
Is it possible to slide my claw in real quick?
Oh, you can absolutely arm yourself.
Cool. Fucking that's
Saying-
what's going on.
Saying that, Vask looks to Hildegard and goes, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go check that out. As Vask hurries.
It could just be students practicing. Just says weekly of following. It's like,
Yep. All right. There is, as you are running towards it, that burst of light was also followed by a burst of wind. Pretty strong wind at that. And when it clears and the light clears, the girl is prone on the ground, having kind of been pushed, it appears, into a nearby wall near a well. And Anaphora, as your sight returns, looking at you from the inside of the box, you see one of these.
oh,
Oh.
I was kind of right.
A Grimalkin?
Just starts to hackle up, ears and eyes. Its eyes split from one pair into two, and this thing just mitoses into two of them.
I'm gonna. Can I place myself between Esther and the box?
You're not quite close enough for that yet. You're probably about 30 feet away.
Can I?
They begin to split again.
Oh.
Then it starts to bubble. Strangely enough, the flesh does, and just from this box, which has suddenly become so heavy it has to drop out of your hands, falls to the ground, and dozens of these things start running out into the streets.
Oh, God.
Are they going at her?
God,
I need everybody to roll initiative.
God's
I
damn
was just
Balder.
joking about the Mogwai and the gremlins. I was just joking.
So where would we be in relation?
You
to
two would be right around here. Esther's right here. You guys can place yourselves wherever you wish. There are a few students in the area as well.
Where'd I come in? Like up here?
Me and Hildegard be coming from like
Oh,
over here or
Actually,
something?
no, not that one, not that one.
Or like down
It's
here.
a little loud. Wrong one. Nope, not that one either. I think it's this one.
All right, off to a great start.
Where would I come in at the alleyway?
You would be up here in the northern side.
Okay. Alrighty. I have advantage.
That you do. All right, that's four of you.
Could I say that once starting running, I cast mage armor on myself?
I'd allow that, yes.
Okay.
Let's see. First roll.
Once you see whatever the hell these things are bubbling out of a
16
box.
and 16.
All right, 16. Noted. All right, we'll change that. All right, let's get you guys shuffled. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, now let's roll for these things. Okay, not a great start for them. That is a 7. And let's do Esther here real quick. 11. Her dex isn't super high, actually, so that's just a flat 11. She is currently prone on the ground. And the other students. All right, that is an 11 as well, but their dex is a little higher, so they'll go first. All right, close enough. All right. All right, and with that, Anaphora, it is your turn. The box just dropped, and an impossible number of these little bizarre cat gremlin things has come out.
All right.
They are raising Cain, ripping into everything, just attacking. mayhem. What do you do?
I'm gonna target these three behind me.
Mm-hmm. All right, sleep. Okay.
Not the greatest roll, but maybe one of them will go.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Noted. All right. I just have to... Okay. As you do, this little one here does fall asleep, but unfortunately, as the magical energy shoots out of your hands, you see their bodies ripple and bubble.
Oh.
She's gonna make a note of that and yell to everybody as loud as she can, which unfortunately isn't very loud. Magic is very bad.
All right. And for their reaction, okay. Oh, wait, I have to roll a d6 for this.
Oh God.
Oh, these are fun. I've been waiting to use these monsters. Okay.
Are they like Grimulkin?
Something like that. All right. It just kind of ripples and it just appears. It's almost like the magic, even though it put it to sleep, the three of them look a little healthier than they were before. Like they kind of fed on what you did to them.
All right,
All right.
big guy.
Is there anything else?
She's just gonna turn to Garv and go, "All right, big guy.
Yeah, he saw this coming. He's pulling out the sword. A sword that is rather large and broad. More so than a normal greatsword.
Takes guts to wield a sword like that. All right, so.
Hey.
Hey. All right. So, is that turn?
She's going to kind of move in front of these people down here. Like, are these just random people?
They're students.
Yeah, she's gonna move in front of them and just kind of start gesturing them to get out of here.
Yeah, they look pretty freaked out by this. They just saw a box topple over and hundreds of weird, creepy, hairless cat things running out, so not normal.
No,
Right.
no.
All right, if that's your turn, we come to Nat.
Kobold name. Ikla.
Ikla. Okay. Ikla,
Oh.
air quotes.
All right. Oh, no. Yeah. She runs to here and jumps up. How big is this cat compared to me right now? Because I'm small.
It is a tiny creature.
Okay. She's gonna run up to it and uppercut it to try and she's gonna run up to it and uppercut.
All right.
Soft 20.
100% hits. Roll damage.
For
12.
12 bludgeoning.
Okay, so as you do, this thing pops like a balloon,
Oh,
and it's gone. There's just nothing. It's dead.
okay. She looks at it, confused for just a second, but
Every
yeah.
other one of these things in the nearby vicinity saw that happen, and they're not happy about it. I will tell you that.
well, do I see them looking at me like that?
A few of them are, yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna run up to this one now.
Mhm.
And I'm going to use my claws and take a claw swipe at it.
Go for it.
11.
Just misses.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Low roll. So this time, you leap over the wall. It's kind of telegraphed. The cat thing manages to slip away just out of reach in time as your claws strike onto the cobblestone.
Sparks go across the ground. Oh, then I'm gonna go for another unarmed strike with my bonus action, and she's leg sweeping.
Go for it. All right.
Oh my god!
Still just misses. This cat is quick.
Um,
You're used to attacking with longer legs.
yeah, they swing short.
Ah.
Let's see. No, I'm not yet. Well, that's round.
All right, that's it. All right, we are now at Hildegard. You're seeing this chaos unfold through the eyes of your birds. What do you do?
Well, Rog is staying on her shoulder, but I used their combo token on the left to show us what Log is up to.
Yep.
Anyways, because she probably didn't hear the shout way over fucking there. This one's too close. It's going to be shot with Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
Well, combo roll.
That
17?
hits.
So zap.
Okay. How does your Eldritch Blast look like?
She's just like she's holding in her offhand a dagger that's a nice looking dagger, but it's not like super crazy. And she basically just holds out her other hand and it does a little bit of a like open-handed jab towards it, and it just creates a condensed beam where it's just solid dark inkiness in the center, but it's outlined in a weird almost neon purple.
Nice.
At the head it doesn't feel like a face, but there's this vague elements of a face as it just with like two purple eyes as it just streams and hits the thing.
It strikes the cat thing, and I need you and Vask to make Constitution saves.
Oh.
It's the magic strikes it. It hurts it. You can see this little gaping, boiling hole on its flank, which immediately starts to bubble. All right, 16.
10.
You both pass. It's not a super high save, but as it happens, its body shoots out this wave of magical force as it's almost like pushing out, almost as though it's rejecting the magic that has attacked its body.
Ooh.
Fortunately, you both shield yourselves and managed to avoid getting damaged by this.
We happen to see how far that wave went.
It went past you a little bit. Probably around... Actually, with it being 30 feet, yeah, Garm and Anaphora, yeah, you both need to make this save too, as with the students.
Jesus.
Jeez.
That's a hell of a
Very
wave.
targeted attack against this mage
All right,
college.
11. Okay, you passed.
Yeah, this is a nasty thing to throw at a mage college.
You all
And a
passed.
group that's mostly spellcasters. Come on.
Well,
Yeah.
they're gonna drop if they get hit at all.
Yep, you guys are fine. The students all passed too, thankfully. All
Do
right.
I see that?
Yeah, you saw that burst. Hitting them with
okay.
magic sometimes seems to make that happen. Just, you still looks like you damaged it. It's licking at its wound a little bit and looking at you with just hate in its eyes.
Looks
So-
at the one.
Sorry.
No, go.
So seeing that, she's going. Do I have a view on the one like that's way over here? Like up by the tent to the left. Okay, she's changing her target to that thing since there's no one really.
That kobold's actually hidden from view. You wouldn't be able to see them. There's a wall there.
Well, so changing target to the other one because
All right,
20.
that hits.
Good job.
6. Okay, making a note of that.
Zap and zap, and then she's going to move the fuck back.
Wise. All
'Cause
right.
holy shit!
Okay.
At the end of her turn, I'm ordering the burbs.
All right. So that hit. Oh, it rolled the fun one. So upon striking this creature, it much like the one that Jetta hit, it explodes into just this puddle of ichor, and the worst part is that with it dead... Oh, wrong button there.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Yeah, 3 more of them start crawling up out of its own viscera.
They really are fucking gremlins.
Well,
Sarah, you were right.
How could you have possibly known? Ah, well, you don't know everything. It's going to come your way. All right, is that turn?
At the end of my turn, just ordering the burbs.
All right.
Like I said, Rogue's staying with me, but Rogue is doing his job. He's going to fly Overwatch. And he's going to fly over to this middle structure.
It's an old well, so yeah. It's pretty high up. All right,
Fly,
right
fly over here. Yeah.
Just
fly
keep
over.
an eye.
He's keeping an eye out, and of course, with this advantage, she can see the kobold and what the fuck happened over there. It's like, oh, well.
All right, so students' turns, and they follow suit, and they dash the fuck out of here.
Good.
They're running off, saying, you hear them briefly saying they're going to go get help, they're going to go get the teachers. They have no idea what's happening. There's lots of freakouts. These are kids. Like older teens, but still. Actual children in a wizard school would probably run away from a lot of danger.
Yeah.
So, it's almost like Gryffindors are selected for extinction in the gene pool or something. So, Esther will, on her turn, she'll spend half her movement to get up.
Oh, she's conscious.
Yep.
Oh, good, good.
Shakes her head, looking around at all of this. Eyes just wide in panic as she sees these cat things. And she... Yeah, she can make 45 feet if she dashes.
Okay. Good,
She runs up to the north as quickly as she can, not saying a word.
Intelligent.
Yes, but frustrating.
And that's going to be her turn. Garm, it's now yours.
Yes, I would like to attack the nearest one to me.
Go for it. Definitely hits. 9, okay. This one kicks the bucket. It does not take much to bring these things down. It immediately just gets split right in half with one just pulverizing blow from your large blade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as he fucking whips the sword around and brings it down on this thing's head, he like snarls, and he's suddenly a lot more animated than you've seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
His head snaps around to this one. Fucking runs over and tries to hit this one as well.
Go for it. That hits. It be dead.
Yeah.
All right. Garm's prowess on full display. We now come to these things' turns. Seeing that things are not as friendly for them as they once thought, they start to band together. And you get charged by this murderous little clouder.
Oh my god! It's fine.
All right. You're getting attacked by a swarm, so they're technically in your space.
Yeah, boy. Fucking Cusco.
All right.
Her snout splits into a manic snarl.
All right, so that is just going to be a 13. That one won't hit.
No.
All right, so as it comes in and starts clawing at you, you put up your dukes. The leather on your jacket actually manages, leather and the clothing you're wearing actually manages to not get through their clothes. Their claws don't penetrate or find any purchase. You can feel their little needle-sharp teeth going into the leathers, but not enough to actually find purchase. They're like, oh, these things don't hit nearly as hard as I thought.
It's
Of course, then the big ones start moving up.
Oh boy.
All right, that one will come forward and attack Anaphora with a natural 20. Damn.
Oh!
Of course.
Oh no!
All right. All right. That is. There we are. All right. You take. Oof. That is 12 points of piercing damage as this thing starts to sink into you.
Oof.
That's the only attack it has. The other one's going to go after Garm. Not much of a brain in these bad boys. That one is going to attack with a 22.
This
That
bad
hits.
boy fits so little brain.
All right. Okay. Woof. All right. That is 15 points of damage.
Woo!
So this thing caterwauls onto you. This one is
I was
sleeping.
muted.
What are we doing?
Wondering if I should have used silvery birds on that nat 20. But casting magic at it might be a bad thing.
Yeah, it might be a bad idea, actually.
All right.
I don't know.
This one is going to run for Vask on that note.
Oh no.
Wow, this dice is rolling high tonight. I'm going to keep you. All right, that is a 23.
Yeah, even if I shielded that hits.
Yep.
Even with my
All
big
right.
armor.
Lucky you, that's a bit on the lower side. That is 8 points of damage
Okay.
as this
Ow.
thing bites into you. These two over here are going to skedaddle off the map.
Oh no. Sure, they don't want to come after me.
Nope. They have bigger fish to fry. All right. And with that, it is now Vask's turn. Got one of these things right on top of you.
Yeah, I don't like that, so I'm going to shove it away.
All right,
It
shove
needs to
action.
No. Oh, not a physical one. It needs to do a 17 strength save.
Strength save. Telekinetic shove. Fun.
Yep. As the tattoos flare up as just invisible, just pulse just tries to push this thing away from him.
That's a 3, so yeah, it gets pushed away. 5 feet.
Yep. And
Doesn't seem fond of that, and that's a psionic ability, so it doesn't technically trigger this.
Hey.
oh, seeing that then, I'm going to. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Yeah, I'm going to twin spell Mind Sliver, spending a sorcery
Alright.
point to
Okay.
hit the one in front of me, and oh wait, I need to see if I can reach that far. Yeah, the two big ones closest to me.
All right. Intelligence saves. That'll be fun. All right. Yeah, neither of them pass. So 14
Okay.
damage. Damn. So that kills both of them.
Roll. Oh, do you want, I
Nice.
could roll the
Damn.
damage again for the second one.
If you wish. Well, it's twin spell, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's I make an attack on each then.
All right. Well, that's fine. Okay, so one of them dies. I'll say, which one were you aiming at that you'd prefer dying?
The
I'll
one
allow
that's
that.
closest to me.
Clearly. All right. That one, its head explodes. Because I'll. Okay. And. Yeah, that wouldn't have done any good. It's too dead to suffer from whatever that would have had done. So the other one, it looks pretty rough from taking that hit, but it is standing. So let's see what it does.
And
So.
Vask will walk like here by the edge of the fountain.
Yep, that wall will provide half cover if you choose, if you're being attacked from the other side of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one, from that, its reaction to getting hit. Wait, no, actually, no, that one's already used its reaction for the turn, so no,
It just
nothing would
turned
happen.
invisible to us. You might be on the DM list. Oh.
No, I was deleting it. But that's... I forgot it had already used its reaction for the turn, so... Okay. so that means it didn't do anything in that moment. So we are back up the round. Anaphora, this thing is coming right for you.
It's biting me.
Yep.
She's got her arm in its mouth, and Garm, you're gonna notice that she's been carrying around what looks like a walking stick this entire time, and she's going to grab it off her back and twirl it, and you're gonna see a flash of silver at the end, and she's gonna stab this thing with a spear one-handed. Hopefully hitting it.
Nice.
I can also guidance myself, but I don't think I can.
That hits.
I don't think you.
I can't.
Guidance
I
is an
can't do it.
action.
Yeah, it's an action, so I can't do it. That's what I said.
Alright. Yep, that hits.
Okay, so she's just gonna stab it right in the head.
That's enough. All right. You manage to find purchase. You jam it right into the base of the skull, and you feel it tighten on your arm for a moment, then slack and just slip off onto the ground.
I've been bitten by better things. She's gonna raise her voice as much as she can to get to Garm. Garm. Make sure it can't explode. And she's going to give you bardic inspiration.
Nice. All right. And with that, we are back to Jetta's turn. You are being swarmed by cats. Horrible, horrible little cats.
And the closest one, she's going to sink her fist into its face. Oh my god!
Just misses.
Cat puncher.
Fucking claw!
That hits.
There! 8.
All right, 8. Okay, noted that you managed to wipe one of the cats out with that one blow.
Alright. And I'm going to spend a moxie point
Go for it.
for the old 1-2. And
Nice.
after, like, she misses the first punch, and then her other hand swings out and claws the other one. She's going to do 2. Quick 15 and 23.
That's it.
They both hit?
Yep.
Okay, first one, 5.
Both
Oh my
5.
god. Okay,
Hey,
that's
that's 18. That wipes out most of them.
okay.
It's
Just
a
2
swarm,
rapid
so you're
punches
technically...
each cat.
There's only 2 of them left at this point.
Just interpose herself right between them.
Alright. It's that turn?
That is turn.
Alright, Hildegard, up to you.
That fight is the funniest thing I've ever thought of in my head.
Just a kobold fighting a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
So,
Guy walking by, normal day.
Wizarding College.
Yeah.
All right. So Hildegard's actually going to move up now because immediate threats are gone. What the hell? Anyways, farthest she can get is like here. Yeet. And can't shoot these things. So she's a bit out of loss. Just gonna move on to Laug's turn then.
Alright, what are you gonna have
He's
him do?
He's on the building. He's gonna flutter down behind this one, and he's essentially going to snip at its rear and scream in its ears, giving advantage on the next attack against this one specifically.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
He's being a little shit,
Of course.
and that'll be turn.
Okay. Esther is going to, once again, she's going to full movement off screen. Not long. Going to move her down so I can just delete her. Not long after she gets down that way, a few seconds later. Actually, hold on. Let me see about that. No, nothing happens. All right. That's her turn. We are to Garm.
Cool.
Oh, wait. Hold on. They had a 7. Yep, I must have deleted the one that I used for the icon. Because they disappeared from the initiative. They had
There you
a
go.
7.
Oh.
Well, how much is that bardic inspiration?
At this point, I think it's
D8?
D10.
Oh, D10.
Pretty sure it is at this point, yeah.
So I'll roll a d10 on that. It's a 14 hit.
It does.
Excellent.
Alright, that thing's dead.
Specifically, what he does is that as it chomped down on him, he fucking howls in pain, and what he does is, like, with a gloved hand, reaches out, fucking grabs a fistful of its ear to wrench it back, and fucking plunges the sword through its other ear canal.
Nice.
Ooh.
Just shish kebab the brain.
Alright.
Oof.
And with that, is that turn or you got anything else planned? There's that one sleeping up there.
Yeah,
Oh, well, we
He's-
could catch that one.
he is out for blood.
No, shit.
I don't think we want these things to be alive if they can just suddenly split themselves.
If you hit them with magic.
In a wizard's college. Alright.
True.
Also,
Rolled
that-
it.
They just kind of poured out of that box when a magic person walked by.
Yep, that hits.
Also true.
You technically would have advantage at that point, but that's fine. That would hit anyway. Alright, it's dead. Alright, is that turn?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. It's these things' turns now. So,
Come on, beasts.
Jeddah being kind of at ground zero of the remaining ones, you notice something as their numbers start to get whittled down. The
Uh-huh.
ones in the swarm, coated in the viscera of their fallen companions, glance at each other. And they run and fuse together.
Oh.
And all of you suddenly notice the various pools of their insides starting to move towards them.
Oh.
They grow and grow.
Oh.
And you are suddenly confronted with a much larger
What the fuck?
Oh. Oh no.
What the fuck?
What the hell is that?
Fucking
What the fuck
Aeorian?
is that?
Yep.
We're in trouble.
I
This
don't
thing
like it.
is about the size of a cave bear, but it has a long, sinuous tail that ends in an eyeball.
Ugh.
Let's give him his. I'll just keep him on the same point of initiative.
Why?
Just go ahead and get rid of these because they're all gone now, technically. Boop. Let's get rid of the last alive ones. All right. This thing looks down at you. All right.
She looks about it like surprised, but not intimidated.
First attack is a 15 to hit you.
That'll miss.
Thank goodness for that. As it comes in to bite, you swoop out of the way just in time.
Yeah.
Comes at you with claws next. That's not going to hit. Ooh, that one definitely is, though. That is a 23.
Ooh, fuck. Okay.
All right. As this thing hits you with its claws, you're expecting the blow from a predator, but that same magic burst that came out of one of the little ones,
Oh.
it channels it through the claw as it strikes you.
Oh, what? Oof.
So you take 11 points of slashing damage plus 5 points of force damage.
So 16?
Yep.
Ow. Cool. Ow.
Looks up and just looks around, the eyeball scanning and making a note of everyone in the area. And now, Vask, it is your turn.
Mm-hmm. Seeing this thing pop up,
Claw the shit
considering
out of
that,
this kobold.
considering Vask's history, would he recognize something like this?
I'd say that this specific thing is new to you. Actually, this does trigger a memory for you. Not one you can specifically place, but something about the way this thing sounds is familiar.
Yeah. So I'm going to use my psychic sorcery. So I'm not using a spell technically, but I'm going to cast Psychic Lance at it.
Nice.
Hold on, let me bring it up. I should have had this up.
It's one of the Fizzband spells, I believe.
Yep, it's a unleash a shimmering lance of psychic power from your forehead.
Yeah, I'll count that if
it
you're
needs to make
using...
an intelligence saving throw.
All right.
17.
Oh boy, the odds are not on its side. Okay. It rolled a 17, but
Oh no.
it has a -2 to intelligence. So that's a 15,
Wow.
so it fails.
So it takes 76 psychic damage and is incapacitated until the start of my next turn. So it loses its next turn.
Nice. Very good.
Oh,
That was a good-ass
76.
move.
Yeah.
All right. 76. 20?
Ooh.
Okay.
That was bad. But at least it's incapped. As he just kind of, once again, the tattoos flare up and they almost like prismatically shift through the spectrum as just this ripple of energy lances out from it. And then he ducks behind the wall again. He's like, we're in trouble.
Yep.
He
This
just
thing...
says that kind of out loud laughing.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this thing, you see the eye reach, but it doesn't quite get there in time to meet your gaze as you shoot this beam of mind energy at it. And it just gets frozen in place. It is rippling and shaking as though it's trying to break free, but it is incapacitated.
Yeah, and Vask, when he goes, oh, we're in trouble, he then shouts out, take it down, it's stunned! And that's
All
my
right.
turn.
We are back up the round. It was a really, really good-ass move. All right.
Oh, I gotta see how many sorcery points I had to use for that.
All right, we're back up the round to Anaphora.
Yeah, as soon as you yell, take it down, it's stunned. There, she's gonna go. That was 35. I can still back off. She's gonna go up to it and try to use 2 hands on the spear.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
That hits.
Good job,
nice.
Anaphora.
Oh,
All right.
incapped, you would get advantage.
Incapacitated. Well, let me Rowlitham Psychic Lance. Does it just incapacitate?
Oh, wait, yeah, just incapacitated.
In that
Can't
case,
take actions
no.
or reactions. That's right.
Yep, that's all that it is. It can't do actions
Right,
or
it's different
reactions.
than stunned. That's right.
Stunned
or
also
paralyzed.
includes incapacitated, if I recall. So,
Right.
okay.
Really good move, though.
Yeah, you managed to pierce into it. Its hide is bizarre. It's rubbery. So it doesn't quite make too much of a purchase, but you still managed to get into it.
She runs up, stabs it, and then pops back 5 feet. And
Nothing happens.
Looks at the little kobold and goes, "You're pretty good at this. Hit it really hard." And she bardic inspiration for you.
That I will.
All right. Is that turn?
Yeah, and when she says that, you can see that her eyes, that are usually kind of like an amber color, are bright gold and glowing at
Nice.
you.
All right.
But that is turn. That is all I can do.
Your turn. This thing is frozen in place in front of you.
Okay. Does it just have the eye up there, or?
It has eyes on its head, too. There are 3 eyes, technically.
Okay. First strike is claws, going for the eyes.
Go for it. 18 hits.
That'll be 9 slashing.
All
And
right.
its movement speed is reduced by 10.
All right, noted. All right.
Let's see.
Good little hit there.
Oh, wait, this won't work now because it's so much bigger than I am. Oh, no, that's just... Okay. No more than 1 size. I'm small right now, and it's just... How big is this?
This is a large-sized creature.
Damn it! If I was normal size, that would work. But I'm not. Oh, well. Yeah, another claw. Top 20.
Definitely hits. All right.
5. And, 2 quick, claw swipes towards size, and then she, kicks at its knee to try and, knock it the other direction.
All right.
Ha! Ooh.
All right.
Well?
It's stunned. It's incapacitated, so I'm going to say, let's see. Yeah, nah, nothing happens. It just, you kick at it, but your tiny little leg isn't quite capable of finding the force, and its weirdly rubbery texture to its skin doesn't quite connect like you hoped. There's a reason you don't use... Yep, there's a reason you don't use this form too much. It's a little flimsy looking.
Yeah, she's not used to her body being so small. And let's see. Just to open up his face, I'm gonna go up here.
Yep. Dart around
Circle
it.
behind it.
Easy enough.
And hop
All right.
up on the wall.
All right. That is turn then. We are at Hildegard.
Right, she's gonna move.
You can shoot through this, by the way. That's a well. It's technically open underneath it.
So she's just bouncing up. Go up to here then. And oh lord, this is gonna be dumb. She's going to trade her attack action for her familiar to make an attack.
Oh, really?
Because she can't reach it and shooting magic doesn't work. What's the only other non-magical attack she has? It's Burb.
Burb, go!
So Laug is going to take a peck at this thing. Normal roll. Oh, 16!
That actually does hit.
He does 1 damage.
He just flex up and just peck, just starts pecking at its head a little bit.
No, he's swooping on the eyeball, because that's a big-ass, juicy eyeball. Just zooming around going, yes, give me.
The crow's favorite food.
He looks pissed.
He's going to actually, let's see here. He's going to fly to go behind it. And as, actually, no, okay, sorry. I should say Hildegard's turn ends, then Laug flies up there. However, at the end of her turn also, Raug is going to launch off her. He's going to zoom over and flank with the other Raven.
Oh.
And because Sentinel Raven just says you take the stats of a Raven, it doesn't say I can't attack. He's also going to peck at it.
Of course. Hello, officer. I'm here to report a murder.
Shit. That should have actually been advantage, because flanking.
Yep. Just roll again.
Apologies.
The 16 will hit.
Peck 2.
Oh, yeah.
And he has plenty of movement left, so he's going to shift back after that, actually.
Oh my god.
Her the chip damage, get ready for peck damage.
It just goes swooping at the eyeball, because it's a big-ass, tasty eyeball.
All right.
Eyeballs are a crow's favorite food.
It's true.
That's turn.
All right. Storm.
Rad. gonna make it to here, and I'm gonna cast Misty Step.
Nice.
Hey.
Except he don't really Misty Step. He just fucking jumps.
There's
Nice.
just mist in your trail as you do it.
Yeah.
Yeet. Misty yeet.
Misty.
All right, you have flanking from that position.
Yeah, how are we doing flanking in this one?
We'll go advantage.
Woof.
Ooh.
That will not hit, unfortunately. So first hit kind of bounced
Wow!
up. Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Jesus, what the fuck?
Jeez.
11.
Its
Roll
rubbery
20.
hide manages to repel both of the forceful blows you bring down. Well,
Boing,
That
yoing,
was-
yoing, yoing.
Thank you, Roll20, for giving me 2 5s.
that's interesting. Well, all right. So the psychic lance spell lasts until your next turn.
I believe yes, until the start of my next turn.
Start of your next turn. Okay, so that's a whole turn where it can't do jack shit. It's just sitting there. It looks like it's starting to break out of what's happening.
Yeah, I was just hoping to get rid of its turn and its reactions.
You did. All right. So with that, it starts moving again as it is your turn.
Okay. I guess I'm going to do a mind whip.
Go for it.
Let's see. So that is an attack or a save. Yep, another intelligence saving throw.
All right.
Hit it where it hurts.
All right. All right. It'll make that save. Rolled a 2 on the die, so it does not pass.
Oh.
Oh wait, no,
Okay.
it has advantage. Never mind. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's only like a what? Yeah, no, that's a 12. It's not going to pass.
Okay. So it takes 3d6 psychic damage and can't take a reaction until the end of its next turn.
You're taking away its reaction. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say
Moreover,
that-
on its next turn, it must choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action, and it only gets one of the 3.
Very good. I love that
So
spell.
it's like a mini
All right.
spell. It's like a mini slow. So
All right,
3d6.
so you've got a bit of experience dealing with stuff like this. Nice, 13. That is a good little hit there. All right, so as you strike it, you briefly see with the first lash hits it, the magical energy, much like before, kind of gets absorbed into the skin and travels up the tail. And it looks like it's about to shoot something out of that tail,
Ooh.
but nothing happens, and it appears confused by that. Going to say because you triggered it, it wouldn't be able to trigger its reaction to normally getting hit by a spell.
Oh.
You
Good.
managed to beat it. I'm going to say with psionic abilities, it wouldn't have been able to detect that in time. That's how I'll rule that.
And Vask, like, doing the mind whip, this time he does like a strong snap.
Mhm.
It's just like it's like people hear like static for a moment in their heads.
Mhm. All right.
Or the ones close to it. So yeah, it's everyone.
That would be everybody. All right, so
And he's going to kind of circle around this way and just kind of once again duck behind.
very good. Very good move. You're doing some good control here. All right, we're back up the round. All of you, can you make perception checks for me real quick?
Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna change you.
I could try.
right.
Oh.
That's fitting. Okay. Fitting.
I'm too focused on this aberration
Aw.
in front of me.
Yeah. All right. That
God.
is.
There
Oh,
we go.
You know, the funny thing is, that's actually kind of perfect. All right.
Yeah,
Yep,
this
16.
kobold is looking like she's kind of into this.
Yep. This, you weren't expecting to punch something this big and weird. All right,
Yeah.
so that's actually fitting that it's you two, the ones with the keen senses here. So Garm would sense it first. There is just out of the corner of your eye, there's pretty heavy cloud cover, and snow is starting to come down. You faintly hear a scream and a rush of air.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
And some faint metallic sound of something scraping against stone, but it's too cloudy off in the distance to make out what it is. Raug and Laug are the second to pick that up. Seems like it happened to the north.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
All right, so with that, we're back to Anaphora.
Well, she looks a little frustrated because she can't do anything like to it.
Vask is shouting that he's got it incapacitated.
Yeah. Or he would shout, he's like, hit it now with magic, I don't think it can react.
Hit it now with magic. I don't think it can.
You would have noticed him trying to shoot that eye beam at Vask and getting stopped short by him. You get the sense he's holding it back somehow.
I imagine it's like the same flash of light that his tattoos is kind of like shining off of the giant eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's a cool image.
she's not built to hit things with magic. She's built to hit things to make sure that you can all hit it with nasty weapons and stuff. But she's going to keep stabbing it because she would like it to die.
All right, go for it.
Would this be with advantage because I'm flanking with?
You're flanking, yes.
Right.
That hits.
All right.
6 piercing. Okay, noted.
Yeah, I did more than 3 damage.
Very good.
Again, she's gonna back the hell off.
Yep. No reaction, so it does not lurch after you. It looks like it wants to, but something stops it in place as you kind of see sigils similar to Vask's tattoos appear in front of its limb, kind of blocking it.
She's still, like, ducking. Like, she kind of does, like, a shove off of the well here with her foot to back up that far. If she has mobile, it wouldn't be able to hit her anyway.
It's true. It still tried. All right, so with that, we're back to Jeddah. What are you doing?
My flanking with Garm.
You technically are, yes. I will allow that.
Well, should I move up one or?
You can move up one if you wish.
Okay. Well, when I'm standing on this, like, what height am I at with this creature?
You're small and it's large, so you come up to about its knees.
Easy. I hate this. Well, she hates this, but yeah.
Bite it in the ankles.
She's going to try and jam her claws into its knee.
All right.
Nibble the eyeball off.
Ooh,
24 hits.
24. That'll be 12.
Nice.
That's max
that was-
damage.
That was a meaty hit.
Oh, wait. It's had a crit.
You also do still have Bardic Inspiration.
I do. Second.
That hits.
26.
Good hits.
CX.
Hey, it looks like it's starting to get close to being bloodied.
All right. Yeah. Moxie point.
Go
The
for it.
old 1-2. Oh. But does the 13 hit?
Nope. You can use your inspiration, though.
I'm going to use my inspiration die. D10, Callie?
D10.
Yep.
D12? D10, go! Ooh,
That
with a
turn-
21.
That turns it
22.
into a hit.
Okay. It'll be...
That's technically
wait.
another attack.
No, yeah.
Yep.
It's
It's like, what the shit?
Bludgeoning.
Okay.
And its movement is reduced by 10.
Movement reduced by 10. It's not
Wouldn't
even
you be
moved yet,
flanking
but
with
it's great.
Garm?
Yeah, I mean, her claws reduce movement by 10, and her fists push things back, but she's too small to do that right now.
If it was able to move, it
Wouldn't you
couldn't.
be?
Yep.
And is
Shouldn't you be
Can
getting
I
advantage
do
from flanking
anything?
with Garm?
what?
Yep. Technically was
Oh,
getting
that's
advantages.
right. I had advantage with all these.
You can roll for that other one that you missed.
Okay.
With
Yeah.
that 25, I'll count that. Just roll damage again.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot. I'm flanking. 11.
Very good. Oh, this
Okay,
thing's starting to look a little rough.
Damn.
Does it look like it's currently? Have I caught its attention?
I think its attention is a little more focused on the magic man down here at this exact moment in time.
I'm in danger.
So what all that is after she like jabs her claws into its kneecap, she jumps up and like wraps herself around its tail and starts like crushing it with her body.
Aw. It looks like a little trash panda. All right, so
Yeah, but
you just see a little kobold grappling onto its sinewy tail.
God, she hates being this small. But that is turn.
Okay, we're at Hildegard now.
I'm gonna do the same thing, no matter how stupid it is. It's time for the birds to bite.
Go for it.
All right. So Rogue does not Rogue. Sorry, Logue does not have advantage for the strong because I moved. 14.
Yes, all short of hitting.
Shame. But Rogue is gonna move in, and he's gonna get flanking with his I don't know sibling, whatever.
Lockmate.
Yep. A 17.
17 hits.
Oh my god.
All right.
This time they both they both stay there.
All right, noted.
It'd be
Hildegard
funny
is
as
yelling at
shit
them.
if the peck actually did it in.
I am trying so hard.
I've seen
Hilarious.
familiars make kills before. It's great. All right,
Oh yeah.
all right. Then we are to Garm then.
Despite what was showed before, I will attempt to do it again.
Let's go.
With thinking.
Yeah.
That hits. All right.
Oh,
Oh my
great
God.
weapon master.
Second one
That's
does
why.
not. First one hits.
Yes!
Dang.
Whoa.
Fuck, yeah.
There we
I would
go.
like to
You're gonna smite.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Smited this beast.
Another 10. All right. Okay. 31 points of damage. Dang.
Rocket shit.
It's 31. Oof.
Oh yeah. May I roll? May I activate my feat?
What you doing?
Savagery.
Ooh, go for it.
Ooh, what's that do?
An extra 5 damage. Nice. Okay, so 36 points of damage.
Jeez.
Oh
lop off
boy.
the limb?
I would just say you almost took off half of its remaining health pool.
Oh fuck.
You just get a good wind in. You drive the sword in right behind the shoulder, carve it in. It goes in deep. This thing buckles, screeches for a moment, not happy about what just happened to it. It does not look good at this point.
Yeah, he is snarling and fucking like I said, savage.
Very good. All right, is that turn?
Yes.
All right. It is getting pummeled on all sides. It's not happy about that. Let's see, how dumb is it going to be here?
Come on,
All right.
focus on the kobold trying to rip your tail off.
The eye points over towards Vask with a 24 to hit.
With how much does half cover give?
I think it's a +2 to your AC, I think.
Correct.
Oh,
+8
So what was the
to
total?
AC and Dex.
what was the total?
It is a 24.
Oh, no, never mind.
All right, so
Was-
it shoots out a
20,
beam
yeah,
of its
cool.
own, dealing. Where this is a little unusual. All right, there we are. Okay. All right, That's actually a little on the low side. You take 19 points of psychic damage.
Ow!
Halved, because I have psychic defenses, being an aberrant mind sorcerer.
That you do. So it appears to be trying to hit you right back like you've been hitting it. But you've trained well enough to deal with that. With your tattoos kind of
You like
absorb
that.
some of it into itself.
So is that a 9 or a 10 I take?
It would be 19 to be divided in half. I'd say that would be a 9.
Okay.
All right. So that it's then going to attack at the kobold with its claws, attempting to kick at you.
Yeah, let's go.
First hit is a 18.
That hits.
All right.
How much damage?
That is 9 points of slashing plus 3 points of force, so 12. Then it's going to come at you again. This time with a soft 20.
That hits.
Okay, oof, a little higher this time. That is 11 points of slashing plus
Oof.
5 points of force.
16. All right.
Yep. And that... Yeah, it's mad enough. It's going to try to run towards Vask.
Oh no.
Oh.
Opportunity
its movement
attack?
is down by 10. If that
Yep.
will stop it.
It has a 40-foot range. So
Damn it.
with that, it is capable of reaching him, even going around.
Do you go riding
Opportunity
with
attack?
What?
Attack of opportunity?
Yep.
Does Ikla go riding with it since she's grappling?
I wasn't statistically grappling. That was for flavor.
I'll say that with
Okay.
that last kick, it kicked you off.
Okay.
All
Ah.
right.
13.
Just fall short.
Damn it.
I am a
Absolutely.
relentless avenger. I can move up to my movement speed.
You
Or
may
half
want
my
to go
movement speed.
around.
Hmm?
You need to go here so you're not in the well.
Yeah, it's technically the well.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get right there fine.
And is this a normal roll?
Yep. Opportunity attack. That hits.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ. How do you want to do this?
As it is
Thank you.
bolting towards Vask, he actually leaps onto its back and
Mhm.
fucking drives the sword down through its neck.
Nice. All right, so Vask, you see this thing leaping in the air towards you, teeth and claws out, glowing, looking like it is about to make you into its lunch, and all of a sudden, this dark shape dashes up onto the top of it, and a giant sword crams down, so big that it goes through the neck and part of the shoulders. By the time it lands, front half of its body is cleanly bisected. And it just starts to dissolve. And with that, combat is ended.
Yay.
Ikla.
Garb rode the
Second-
thing all the way down, so he is now on all fours.
Vask looks up to him and goes, "Oh, much obliged. That thing was about to ruin my day." As
Ikla's
he
like,
wipes some blood dripping from his nose from that psychic blast.
it takes
Welcome.
it takes Ikla a second to come down from the battle, and then tries to slink away.
All right.
Anaphora is too preoccupied by getting to Garm and starting to wrap up wounds and stuff.
All right, so you can faintly hear now that things have died down in your immediate vicinity. There are sounds of some chaos in the nearby streets. Do you have a feeling it starts getting quiet? You start hearing some footsteps heading towards you.
Yep, I'm going.
Yep.
Back
You
this way.
Yep, you slip into an alleyway. What do you do there?
I'm attempting to make my way back to. Well,
Root cellar.
that's around this way, right?
Yep.
Can I track her?
I'd allow that with investigation, sure. We'll do
Cool,
that
and
very briefly, and then we'll come back to the main square and what's going to happen there.
And I'm going to use what's called detective work.
Mm-hmm.
And use a moxie point to give myself advantage.
Okay.
Ah!
25.
Between
Okay. You find her tracks pretty easily. She was stumbling. You see a few drops of blood. Looks like she may have hit the back of her head on the rock when she got thrown back.
And
Doesn't-
as I'm going, I know my clothes are for something small, so I can't shift into something else without.
Yep, you'd have to go back to Nern.
Okay, well, I'm following the tracks because
All right.
something's fucking crooked.
So, Ikla, air quotes, you make your way following the tracks as quickly as you can, wondering what happened. It doesn't take long before you come upon a scene that is a little surprising. You see a point very starkly where her footprints come to an end.
Ooh.
Right in the middle of the street. And you look around and see all of the snow on nearby buildings has been blown off as though by a gust of wind. It is quiet.
Fuck. Can I investigate this little clearing now?
If you wish.
I do. Ah. What? 13.
Ooh, snow.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy snow starts to come down. At 13. You don't see any other signs. Just whatever happened, her footprints end here. And judging by that scream and that whoosh of air, she's long gone. But something grabbed her. And with that 13, let's see. You catch you actually would. You catch the briefest glimpse up on a nearby, much taller rooftop of that same hooded figure looking up into the sky before slinking away.
Can I try and call to them?
He is gone.
Damn it. Okay. And I'm going to slink my way back to the root cellar.
All right, slink your way back. The rest of you, meanwhile, a heavy snow starts coming down.
I'm gonna say Hildegard is. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, Vasquez just poking at the body of this big thing, trying to investigate it or get like an arcane sense of what it is or its source.
It has dissolved pretty thoroughly into just a puddle of red and blue at this point. No physical solid traces left, but it is there. It's not like evaporating or anything.
Scoop up a little jar of the colors.
All right, you have a jar of cat ooze.
Yeah.
Ooze.
It's not the first one I have.
It's kind of Slurpee colored, so.
It has not a resistance and no signs of life, just slews and sits into the thing. You start hearing some pretty heavy footsteps coming down the alleyway towards you.
I'm busy, like, wiping blood away from whatever wound I and Garm have and kind of looking around. Do you need assistance over there with your nose?
And he does have like a slash from one of the smaller ones. It did get him. Actually, no, it was one of the big ones that hit him.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I'm a little scratched up, but not too bad.
Come on over here, I have bandages.
Alright, as you do, from the south, Stepping surprisingly silently, about half a dozen figures come into the clearing. All dressed in leathers, most of them of darker complexion. What the hell happened here? And from the northern side, about 8 soldiers clad in red and white armor.
This is about to get interesting.
Leader
Garm
in
is
full plate.
immediately at attention.
Is everyone all right?
For the moment.
Oh, good, good. You handled all of this. What in? Just looks over at just the pile. It's not completely dissolved yet. It's like in its dying throes of it, so they can still faintly see this, like the top bit of cat kind of starting to fade into ooze. Just that would cause this. They've run amok all over the entire ground. Some of them even got into the college.
Oh. Of course they did.
And Vasco's, I'm not sure. I arrived on the scene. They were already running around attacking people.
That's
Technically not lying.
Garm is offering nothing.
well. That's all well and good then. Well done. Excellent use of civic duty. It appears the threat is expunged from the city proper. Not entirely. You hear another voice coming up from the north. Forgot to make a token for them. You all see this guy advancing past the Reichman with not much regard for them being in front of him. Tell me, is there a girl out here? Scion girl.
I saw somebody run to the north when the fighting started.
And all is not well in Ybrina. Wonderful. Come, all of you. There's words that must be shared in the college, away from prying ears. Something very, very sinister has come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we're going to end for the night.
Nice.
Excellent.
Hmm.